Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, Community Medical Clinic, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, the Princeton Electric Plant Board, Fredonia Valley Bank, Pennyroyal Rural Electric, Planters Bank, Tri-Shoes Incorporated, Fortner Gas Company, KFC A&W, Princeton Bread Company, Sanders Gatherings, and the Woodall Agency. Now let's go to the field with Dennis Stevens and Bob Hayes to bring the live broadcast of Tiger football here on your hometown radio station, WPKY, the Tiger.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Katie's Kentucky. We're at Purdue Field, where tonight the Caldwell County Tigers will look to essentially clinch the district championship against the Trigg County Wildcats. Dennis Stevens along with Bob Hayes and Ty Englebright here at the field. Darren Lewis back at the station tonight. And Bob, a big game tonight for the Tigers as they look to make this their final road trip of the season.
And the other thing, Dennis, that could come about tonight, if we win this game, we're almost assured of winning the first district of Class 3A, and thus giving us the home field advantage throughout the playoffs up until we hopefully can get to Lexington for the championship game. So we have our work cut out, again, traveling over here to a neighboring rival, Trigg County, and these kids are on a 7-game winning streak. Hope to make it 8 tonight with perhaps the district championship in hand.
And this is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show brought to you by the McGregor Group Heating and Air. Javen McGregor at McGregor Group can take care of all of your heating and air needs, including installations for new construction, replacements, repairs, and maintenance. They also offer high-quality products, and they have a highly qualified staff to get the job done right the first time. That's the McGregor Group Heating and Air. They're located at 950 Varmint Trace Road, or you can call Javen at 270-896-5044. That's the McGregor Group in Princeton, and thank them for sponsoring our pregame shows this season. We're about 29 minutes away from kickoff here at Purdue Field. And Bob, not a lot's changed since last week. Caldwell County really improving coming into tonight at 6-1. Trigg County an improved team at 4-3 in their own right, but Caldwell County winners of 6 in a row, looking to make it 7. And Coach Barnes likes where this team is going and the direction that they're headed.
He's mentioned the last couple of weeks have been the best week of practice for these young men all year long. And as they grow into this toward the end of the season, they grow in stature as really believing in themselves, what they are accomplishing, that they can do the job. They've come from behind in 4 of the last 5 ball games, playing a difficult schedule. And that winning breeds winning, as we say. And you can look in these young men's eyes and watch them play and know that if we get down, we're not dead by any stretch of the imagination.
This team went to Union County last Friday night against an undefeated Braves team and came out as prepared as I think I've seen them play all year. They were ready from the opening kickoff, and it showed as they put 21 points on the board before midway through the first quarter. Coach Barnes, I'm sure, is expecting the same kind of start tonight.
And it would be great to get off to a quick start tonight and not let the Trigg County hang around and hang around and hang around, and something like that happens. Sometimes the outlook is not in our best interest and our favor. So yes, we do want to get off to a quick start tonight. I'm not sure what that means as far as if we win the kickoff or with the opening toss, will we receive the kickoff or what? We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I think our defense, I would really want to feature it first and get after Trigg County and see if we can make them punt from deep in their territory.
Caldwell County has won the last 4 meetings in this series, including last year by a score of 43-0 at Princeton. So Caldwell County has some good vibes coming into the night. The team is playing well, as we said, on a 6-game winning streak. We're going to start breaking this one down, starting with the offense after we take a quick break. 27 minutes until we kick this one off. Stay tuned. We'll take a look at the offenses for both teams coming up next on the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Have you or a loved one been discharged from the hospital but not quite recovered enough to go home? Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program is the answer you are looking for. Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program can help patients that are recovering from strokes, joint repair replacement, IV therapy, post-hospitalization pain management, wound or major surgery, acute physical or occupational therapy. Call 270-365-0300 to see if Caldwell Medical Center Swing Bed Program is right for you. Caldwell Medical Center, located 100 Medical Center Drive in Princeton.
Here at McGregor Group Heating and Air, we are so proud to be a part of this community. We want to thank you for the opportunity to serve you for all of your heating and air needs. McGregor Group Heating and Air specializes in residential, new construction, and light commercial installations, also servicing most makes and models. We offer fast service with polite and friendly staff. We provide our customers with a peace of mind by offering the best warranties in the industry, along with high-quality products. McGregor Group Heating and Air is located at 960 Varmint Trace here in Princeton. Give us a call today at 270-896-5044. We're the company that you can take comfort in.
Welcome back to the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. We are live from Cadiz, Kentucky, Caldwell County, Trigg County tonight. Bob, let's first take a look at these offenses. Caldwell County's offense has shown the greatest improvement I think I've seen from the first game of the season till midway through of any team in recent history. This team predicted to be 6-4 on the season, already 6-1, and looking to run the tables all the way up to maybe even a chance of knocking off Mayfield in the last game of the season. But the offense starts with Joby Jagger's birthday this weekend. I think he won a sheet cake from the radio station for the Tiger of the Day drawing. So things are already looking up for Joby. He's already won something this week, but the kid had a phenomenal game last week, 20 out of 22 against Union County. That brought his passing percentage up to 69% for a guy that just started at quarterback for the first time this season.
He's been amazing at the quarterback position, Dennis, and it has gotten better, and as he goes, his improvement, I think, is directly attributable to the offensive line improving. And Joby was the Channel 6 WPSD Player of the Week this week, and we mentioned that on the coaches show, and Coach Barnes says not only is that an honor for Joby, it's an honor for the entire team, because one man in football cannot beat you. It takes 11 men on offense, 11 men on defense to make that happen. And but those kinds of awards come along later in the year if you're having a good year, and our offense, as you mentioned, has really improved leaps and bounds, and now we even have somewhat of a nice running attack, although Coach Barnes told me during the show that Ben Holt would not play tonight because of a back, may force him to move Jameer out to the receiver spot. And in that case, we might have another back in there, maybe a Seth Slayton, maybe Caleb Burton, maybe Dylan Gray. But those things will be developed as the game progresses. So we have the ability to run it, we have the ability to throw it, and certainly not only can Joby throw it, but he's got guys that just can catch it with the best of them. Travis Newsome, Oliver Parker, Trail Riley, Jameer, Cameron Traylor, Ben Holt when he was in there. Great hands, concentrate well on the ball, and are able to make the catch, turn upfield, and get yards. So if Joby gets the ball out there, they'll catch it.
And I think Joby has really benefited. We saw maybe a couple of games ago where that offensive line started to gel. Joby started to get the idea of stepping up in the pocket when it started to collapse around him. And he's starting to understand this offense. This line is really starting to gel. And you talked about the receivers. Just looking at the stats, they've got 3 receivers that are in double digits on an average per catch, with Oliver Parker leading the way with right at 14. Then you've got Jameer Riley at 11 and Travis Newsome at 10. And that's just the leaders of that receiving core. You can go 7, 8, 9 deep to kids that have caught some passes this year. So Joby's got a lot of targets to throw to.
And confident in all of them. And one of the things that Coach Barnes pointed out to me during the interview was on our 4th touchdown drive last Friday night in Union County, we take over the ball at the 5-yard line, and we have 3rd and possibly 8 pass play. Joby sprints out to his left. His receivers are covered. He spots Jameer as a check down, gets the ball to him, and Coach Barnes said if that had been Elijah Sindelar, Elijah would not have checked down. He would have thrown the ball to one of the other 2 or 3 primary receivers, but he checked down. We got the first down. We dinked it up, a couple more passes to Travis Newsome, and then Travis did the rest by hitch and go. covering 72 yards on a pass play. So we can score quickly and we can score in bunches, as we have seen this year.
On the flip side of the ball, Trigg County comes in, as we said, 4-3 on the season. I think that was right. Let me check just to make sure. Yes, 4-3 on the year. So a much improved team already over last year. Their offense goes through a young man named Cam Jordan. He's a 6-foot sophomore, but he weighs 208 pounds. Now, their offense is going to be almost a 50-50 split. I think Coach McClung mentioned they run about 55% of the time, but it all goes through Jordan, who's throwing for about 130 a game, but also rushing for 70, and he looks like a good-sized kid to try to bring down.
He's a sophomore. He's 6'1", 200. Really prefers to run the ball, and what Coach Barnes again mentioned in the pregame show, we don't want him breaking contain in the pocket and getting outside, because not only is he a dangerous runner, but he throws well on the run. So our guys have to know their keys tonight, the inside rushers. If we have any outside rushers going, we have to keep him contained and make him get him down before he can get loose.
And on the outside, he's got some receivers that he likes to go to, and one of them, Zach McIntosh and Kyron Grubbs, number 3s, number 4. Also Tayshawn Barker, number 1, and Jacoby Bridges, number 5. So he's got several targets to go through. Caldwell County can't really pinpoint one receiver and zero in on that one with a Jameer or a Trail. They've got to be aware of where the ball's at. Plus, like you said, keep containment on Cam Jordan.
And the other thing that we hope Trigg sees early on is the really pressure coverage that we can bring to a secondary as far as our guys are concerned. Trail and Jameer and Gabe East and Dylan Cavanaugh back in the safety positions are locked down receivers, cover receivers well, and if we get into a game where Cameron throws it up for grabs, he is going to be in trouble, and this is something secondary-wise he may be seeing the best secondary he's faced all year long. And then our linebacking core, I think they're going to have trouble running on us. That's the feel that I have going into this game, that they just don't have the competition that we faced in that defensive line and our defensive linebackers to allow them to get off on a good running start. And the other thing, if you have the quarterback taking too many hits early on, that could affect him as the game goes on. And they've got 4 or 5 players going both ways. So it's a game where we play fast. If we play fast, we'll get them into a situation they don't want to be in. They don't play fast. So we've got things looking up for us if we can just go out, take care of business, do the things well that we do well.
And Bob, you mentioned that defense. We're going to break that defense down in just a minute. One last tidbit on the offense before we go to break. I know you're a big Lichtenhouse fan.
A big one.
Caldwell County, a 41-point favorite coming into tonight with a Lichtenhouse rating of 102.1. Trigg County is at 61.1. So
and that's
a huge difference there.
And
tonight.
That's one thing that Coach Barnes will not do. If we get ahead early, hopefully, I can't get too far ahead of myself, but if we get a running clock going, he's going to put in a lot of kids and
just like
play. He's not interested in maintaining the point spread and all that, which I compliment him on, not trying to embarrass the opposition. But I think we're better than Trigg County in all facets of the game.
And we are down to about 18 minutes, just under 18 minutes before we kick this one off. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. We're going to take a 2-minute break, 2 minutes, Darren, and we'll be back and take a look at the defenses for both squads. So stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKY.
A victim of debit or credit card fraud, Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Hello, this is Keisha Fulton, CEO of Community Medical Clinic.
October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'd like to take this opportunity to both raise awareness and to welcome you to Community Medical Clinic. Breast cancer accounts for at least 25% of new cancer diagnoses in women each year, and it's the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women. Early detection is essential in winning the fight against breast cancer. I want to encourage all women to make an appointment and speak with your health care provider. Your doctor or nurse practitioner can determine the appropriate age for you to be in having mammogram and the frequency thereafter based on your specific risk factors, personal and family health history. And gentlemen, you too can play a significant role by encouraging the women in your life, your mother, your wife, your sisters, and your daughters to be proactive and to schedule in advance. At Community Medical Clinic, we're committed to partnering with each of our patients and want to encourage every member of our community to obtain regular cancer screening. We are accepting new patients and welcome walk-ins at all three of our convenient locations in Princeton, Hopkinsville, and Oak Grove. Visit us in Princeton at 310 Hawthorne Street or call us today at 270-365-0227 and schedule an appointment. We are dedicated to keeping you healthy and winning the fight against cancer.
And we are back to Cadiz, Kentucky. It's Purdue Field. Site tonight for the Caldwell County Tigers and the Trigg County Wildcats. Dennis Stevens along with Bob Hayes and Ty Englebright here at the stadium with Darren Lewis back at the station. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. We broke down the offense a little bit earlier. Now, Bob, with about 15 minutes before kickoff, let's talk about what's been the staple for Caldwell County all season long, and we don't expect any change tonight, is a stellar defense that's played as well as any defense in recent history for the Tigers from game one till now.
It is a exhausting defense that other people have to face. It's just trying to run against it is an issue for many teams. Trying to throw against it is also a difficult challenge for the opposition, led by not only some great people in the defensive line, Cole Baker, Devin Kilgore, and back in the linebacker position, we have our three or four linebackers there that do a great job, and that's Hunter Van Hoosier, Will Bashir, Dylan Gray, and Caleb Burden, a transfer we might add from Trigg County, and they are locked down linebackers. So it's just a tough defense, and we don't play but possibly two kids, Jameer both ways, and Jameer one of our lockdown corners. And so the opposition that we face this year really has to single out what they want to do. And against Tillman ran it down our throats, and that's without our ace linebacker, Hunter Van Hoosier, playing in that game, and still they could not beat us. We forced turnovers. Generally, if we win that turnover battle, we're going to win the football game.
And a couple of those linebackers, like you said, averaging in double-digit tackles for a game. Hunter Van Hoosier even doing it without playing in one game. He's still leading the team in tackles with 80, but you've got Will Bashir at 71 tackles on the season, so both of those kids with double-digit tackles. One of the things Coach Barnes wants to do is control Cam Jordan from getting around the end, and I don't think there's a better linebacking core than he can throw out there with Bashir, Van Hoosier, Burden, Englebright. All those kids can keep that turned in, because if he tries to throw, you know it's going to be shut down by the deep guys in Trail and Jameer and also East.
And throwing into center field, you're throwing into Gabe East territory there, so the corners pretty well blanketed the receivers on the outside all year long. It's just if anything opens up, it would open up in the middle of the field, and we've got linebackers that can drop back. We've got safeties that can come up, and usually when you're looking for a receiver over the middle, you probably have had the ball in your hands if you're a quarterback 3-4 seconds, and that may be really 1 second too long for a lot of situations where the Tigers get after you.
Yeah, you give Cole Baker 4 seconds against the line tonight. Look for him to get in that backfield a little bit. Bob, I want you to talk a little bit, if you will, about the return of one of the Tigers tonight, Devin Kilgore, back in the lineup.
Devin suffered a concussion in that Tillman game and had to sit out last week against Union County, but cleared obviously to return to play tonight. Had a great week of practice, according to Coach Barnes. And what we've done in that Union County game was to move some people around. We brought in Austin Hardrick and Mac Engelbright and moved Mitchell Harrelson out to where Devin was playing. So we've got some people experienced in the middle of the lineup that we can go back to. And but Devin is healthy. We'll start tonight, and we'll go with the regular three of Cole Baker, Devin Kilgore, and Mitchell Harrelson on defense. And from that point, we'll sub as the kids need a break.
Bob, taking a look over at Trigg County's defense, they play all the way down. They've got actually a freshman starter. As I was looking at some of their starters, they've got a freshman linebacker, Evron Carlson. The line for Trigg County, pretty good size. You've got 245 at nose guard, 261 on one side, 201 on the other. So some pretty good size on the defensive line for Trigg County. But you've also got some underclassmen also back in that linebacker core. And Jude Hunter, a sophomore. You've got Tayshawn Barker, also a sophomore. So some young kids defensively for Trigg County. That could be something that Caldwell County can go with little slant routes or something over the middle to some of their receivers. And we know if you get it to some of our receivers, it's more run after the catch that they're known for anyway. So a prime situation now for Caldwell County tonight against some young defensive players for Trigg County.
And I would think Trigg would not be up in your face coverage tonight on our receivers. I think they would give us a little cushion, and we know that when we're given that cushion, we take advantage of it, and then we hit the bomb, get the hitch and go, which we've done a couple times effectively this year. Even against the Tillman, we had the hook and ladder that we ran well on that one.
Time now for tonight's national anthem. We're going to stay here with it as Trigg County's, I think the Trigg County band will be playing the national anthem. So we will stand for that and be right back, so stay tuned with us.
The colors have left the field.
Big day? Yeah, I have a lot on my plate. I can see that. McGriddles, hash browns, and a coffee? Well, I do have a big to-do list. Well, I have a big to-do list, too. Crispy hash browns, fluffy eggs. That's your to-do list? Part of it. I also have crispy bacon, flaky biscuits.
No matter what your day brings, there's a McDonald's for every morning. Try your favorites on the breakfast value menu, like the sausage biscuit, or any size freshly brewed McCafe coffee for $1 each. Avocado and participating restaurants cannot be combined with combo meal.
October's a time for planning those home projects you've been putting off all summer. Fredonia Valley Bank has the right kind of loan to suit your needs. Whether it's a new roof, gutters, painting, or remodeling, Fredonia Valley Bank can assist and step you through the loan process with ease. You can count on Fredonia Valley Bank's experienced loan officers when applying for a home, vehicle, commercial, or ag loan. Loan decisions remain local and are guaranteed to stay with Fredonia Valley Bank for the life of the loan. It's a good feeling to know that local decisions are still being made at Fredonia Valley Bank, your real community bank. 600 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Annabelle. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Thank you.
And we are back at Trigg County High School, Purdue Field, and a great rendition of the national anthem tonight by the Trigg County Band, and also a very touching moment as we had the colors presented by veterans here in Katy. So a good job tonight by Trigg County on that tie. We like that we were able to bring that to our listeners tonight. We are down to about 6.5 minutes to go before we kick this one off. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. Javen McGregor at McGregor Group can take care of all of your heating and air needs, including installations for new construction, repairs, replacements, and maintenance. They offer a high-quality product, and they have a great staff there that can get the job done right for you the first time. So give them a call at 270-896-5044. That's the McGregor Group Heating and Air. They're located at 950 Varmint Trace Road. Go by today. That's the McGregor Group Heating and Air, and this is the McGregor Group pregame show. Bob, we were in the midst of talking about the defense for Trigg County, and they've given up some points. Let's take a look at their record. If I can flick to it here just a second. They've given up some big points this year. They gave up, Monroe County scored 37 on them. Paducah Tillman rang up 56 a week ago in a big win at let's see, that was at Paducah Tillman. But a defense that does give up some big points. Caldwell County, like we said, a huge favorite tonight. So it's a defense that Joby could really take advantage of. Maybe over the middle, we'll see how the youngsters for Trigg County respond in that middle. But it seems like just nice fruit for the picking tonight for Joby and the offense.
It gives you that feeling, Dennis, that it's just out there. The fruit is low-hanging, ready to be picked, and it would be our job to go out and pick it. And you're right. I can't say that Trigg has improved in their defensive side of the football for this season, having last week given up 50-some-odd points, 56 points to Tillman, and we knew from talking with Coach Barnes that Tillman wore them out on the offensive side with the offensive line. So Trigg County has their work cut out tonight, but we can't go into this game overconfident and knowing that we're just going to have to show up and that's it.
You're right, about 4:25 left till kickoff. That's the last point that I wanted to bring up tonight here in the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. This doesn't need to turn into a trap game. Trigg County has improved. You've got to give them a little credit. They're pretty high on the program this year, coming in at 4-3, so it's not a game Caldwell can think, well, we're going to roll over this one, we'll go over Fort Campbell, then we'll just waltz right into the playoffs. You've got to come out and take care of business tonight, and I think that's where Coach Barnes excels, is getting his teams ready to play football on Friday night from the opening kick. No better example than last week against a Union County team that brought a huge crowd, an undefeated record, and halfway through the first quarter, they find themselves down 21-0.
Yeah, we were on our way over to that game, stopping in Marion and stopping at a restaurant over there, and hearing a couple of people say that they didn't think we could play with Union County. They have a real nice line and a real nice running attack, but that didn't materialize at all. And but I agree. Coach Barnes excels in getting these kids' attention. They excel in listening to him and understanding what he's getting across, the point he's making. And I just love for us the way we are efficient. And I can't wait to get this game started to see how we continue to excel in that phase of the game.
I think part of the efficiency that we've come to appreciate the last 3 years that we've been doing this is the time the coaching staff takes to make sure each player knows their individual responsibility and not to waver from that. If each person does what they're supposed to do, these guys are going to be in just about every game.
They are. They're well coached. They understand the game. The coaches do a great job in the fundamentals of the game. We were talking about some linebacking technique before the coaches show tonight, and it's just a compliment to these kids that they want to excel, want to keep getting better. They listen, and then they go out and execute what they've been taught.
And the captains are about to come out to midfield for the coin toss. So we'll stick with it through the pregame show until we get that settled. Well, in the habit of usually deferring if they win the toss.
We ought to mention, Dennis, that looking across the field, call this game, the first quarter, the sportscaster, the voice of the Tigers, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. We are set to get this one underway. Trigg County drops 3 deep. All around the 5-yard line. Nichols comes up, puts the kick up. It'll be fielded by the far side. Grubbs, number 3, at the 4-yard line, gets up across the 15 and hit at the 20 yards or ends with Cam Jordan. And the teams come to the line of scrimmage. Jordan in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers each way, 1 back in the backfield. Takes the ball, hands off up the middle, and the pickup will go out near the 25-yard line. Handoff was to number 43. That is Tyson Bush. He picked up 4 on the play out to the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Caldwell County showing pressure on the end. Will Bashir set up, looking blitz. He does come. Jordan keeps it, comes this way. He's going to be sacked for a loss, but a flag on the field right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Mitchell Harrelson on the tackle for Caldwell County. We'll see what the flag is. Caldwell County bringing some pressure right there and made Jordan turn to his left.
I think it was a missed handoff, Dennis, the way it looked like, the way that play unfolded. We're trying to pick up the play here. It's against Trigg County, but we don't know what the...
It says illegal contact is what they're saying up here in the booth. So it's against Trigg County. And they're going to spot this one at the 18-yard line. Still 2nd down for the Wildcats. 1 minute gone in the first quarter, no score. Trigg County spreads it. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jordan takes it, drops back, looks over the middle, in and out of the hands of intended receiver, and almost picked off Hunter Van Hoosier, just inches away from picking that one off the ground at the 25-yard line. So the incompletion will bring up 3rd down and long for Trigg County.
3rd down and 12 for the Wildcats.
And Trigg. And Trigg's going to come to the line. Make a little adjustments here in the press box at Purdue Field. Jordan takes it, throws to the right side. It's complete, but plenty of Tigers there for the tackle, well short of the 1st down. And Kavanaugh on the stop for Caldwell County. That'll bring up 4th down, and that'll bring out the punt unit. And Bob, we watched the punter warm up in pregame. About 1 out of every 3 kicks he made was in the neighborhood of 40, 45 yards, but then he also had some at about 20. So curious to see what he does with his first attempt. Kick from the 10, low line drive is going to hit at the 50, picked up by Trail at the 46. He's going to backpedal and be thrown down on a nice open field tackle by number 4. Number 4 is Zach McIntosh for Trigg County as Riley loses some yardage. Picked it up at the 46. They're going to mark it back to the 42-yard line. Still good field position for Caldwell County, but you got to give credit to the Trigg County kid. That was a pretty nice open field tackle against a quick kid in Trail Riley.
He gets outside that tackle and gets around his end. It could have been a long return.
Caldwell County with a new receiver in the set tonight. Tate Van Hoosier comes out with Oliver Parker to the right. Handoff goes to Jameer Riley. He's going to bounce it up the middle, and it's going to stop near the 45-yard line.
Stop made by number 43, Tyson Bush.
Newsom and Trail Riley split to the left. Caldwell County quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Same receiver set, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, with Jameer Riley in the backfield. Little bobble on the handoff, and Trigg County's going to snuff this one out for about a 5-yard loss. I'm not sure if Jaggers was trying to pull that one back out and maybe look down the field, but the handoff did not go smoothly. And it's a 3rd down and long for Caldwell County now. Dylan Gray in the backfield. Going off with a little bit of a limp is Jameer Riley. Tate Van Hoosier, Oliver Parker still to the near side. Jaggers takes it back, looks down the field, lets it go, looking for Parker, and it's incomplete. Parker and Van Hoosier kind of run together on the play at the 30-yard line of Trigg County, so that will bring out the punt unit for Caldwell County. 9:18 left in the first quarter. Both teams unable to muster anything on their first drive. Caldwell will send Nichols back to punt. Nichols takes it, snap is back. He's got some pressure, almost blocked, but he gets a good kickoff. Fair catch being called at the 33-yard line of Trigg County. Bob, that one almost got a fingertip on it.
It was close, Dennis, too close for comfort.
So Trigg County's Jordan will come back out with his offense, and Cole Baker will lead the defense back out. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for Trigg County here early in the first quarter. 2 receivers each way for Trigg County. Jordan with one back, takes a snap, and he's going to keep it himself, tries to go around the left side, but there's Cole Baker to snuff that one out. Had a little help from Harrelson.
And it looks like no gain on the play.
I think they're going to spot it right back at the 28, so it'll be 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Good heads-up play by Cole Baker to fight off the block and get to the outside for that tackle. Trigg County does huddle, something you don't see a lot out of the teams on the Tiger schedule, certainly not out of the Tigers themselves. Double tight end set and getting in on that tackle for a loss. They tried to run, but number 63 for Caldwell County. Devin Kilgore back in the lineup and lets it be known he's here to play tonight early as he runs down the running back for a loss back to the 25-yard line. Good job by Kilgore, Bob. We missed him last week. A couple of guys did a good job. Englebright and Hardrick filling in last week.
He had that one snuffed down all the way.
Another 2 tight end set for Trigg County. Jordan goes back, lets it go down the field. He's thrown into double coverage. This one's going to be well overthrown. The closest person in the area was Gabe East, looking to pick up the interception, and it was even about 3 yards over his head. So that'll bring up 4th down and long for Trigg County. And they'll drop number 5 back to take care of the punting. And number 5 is Jacoby Bridges, a sophomore.
We got trail back in single safety.
Knuckleball kicks, they're going to let it bounce. Takes a Trigg County bounce down to the Caldwell 42-yard line. Kind of like Groundhog Day a little bit, Bob, with these punts, because Caldwell County is going to start in the same spot they did on their first possession after a punt by Trigg County, after Trigg had another 4th and long.
Hopefully on this drive, Dennis, we can get something done and started where Trigg, we may want to go to the air more. I would suspect we might do that.
Tate Van Hoosier in tonight for the injured
Ben Holt.
Ben Holt. Nice little wraparound screen to Trail Riley. He's up across the 50, the 45, 40, going down the sideline, pushed out of bounds. He's going to be inside the 35 of Trigg County.
There's not a flag out here. Is there about the 33-yard line, or is that just trash maybe?
It must be just trash, because I didn't see anything come out. Caldwell County quickly back to the line of scrimmage after the completion to Trail Riley. Takes it to the Trigg 33, 1st and 10 Caldwell County. And Caldwell County is going to get flagged for a little movement on the line. Tigers will back up 5 yards on this one. Make it 1st down and 15 with 7:38 left in the first quarter. No score so far. Caldwell's 2nd possession of the night, first time in Trigg County territory. Parker and Van Hoosier split to the right. Trail and Newsom to the left. Jaggers drops back, looks down the field. He's got a man open. It's Newsom, complete. And touchdown, Caldwell County. Travis Newsom caught that one up a 3, and he had a couple of steps on his defender. And Bob, that was a pretty pass. Spiraled the whole way and fell right into the basket for Travis Newsom. Good pass by Jaggers.
That play covering 38 yards, Dennis, to get us on the scoreboard.
Nichols will come out for the point after. Parker will take care of the hold. A beautiful pass from Jaggers to Newsom. Puts Caldwell on the board first here. Snap is back for the extra point. Kick is up. And it is no good. A rare miss for Boyce. So at 7:32 left in the first quarter, Caldwell County draws first blood. It's the Tigers 6, the Wildcats nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Portner Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Portner Gas is offering specials on propane. Portner Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Portner Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Portner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Back to Trigg County High School. Caldwell County on a 38-yard pass from Jaggers to Travis Newsom. As the Tigers on the board first, 6-0 over Trigg County. Boyce Nichols set to tee it up for Caldwell County. 3 kids back for Trigg County, parked at about their 10-yard line. Nichols with a low line drive. It's going to be fielded at the 32 by the upback. Gets across the 40 and tackled there by Caldwell County. Let's see if we can pick out. I think that was Englebright on the tackle. And there's a flag on the play as the officials get together. Flag thrown far side of the field at about the 45-yard line. And dead ball foul against Trigg County. Not a lot of animation in the official tonight doing the call, so we did get dead ball foul out of it. I think it was a face mask of some type. Anyway, it's going to back up Trigg County 15 yards on the play, back inside their 30 to the 28-yard line. We're going to officially call it to 27, 1st and 10 for Trigg County. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jordan rolls to the right, to the left, and tackled maybe for a loss. Looked like Gray and Van Hoosier in for Caldwell County.
I would say that's spotted at the 26, a loss of 1.
Dylan Gray and Hunter Van Hoosier in on the tackle for the Tigers. Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for Trigg County. Clock ticks to 7 minutes left in the first quarter. A win tonight virtually assures Caldwell County of the district championship and home field through, if they can stay alive, 4 games of the playoffs. Trigg County 2 receivers each way. Single back in the backfield for protection. Jordan is going to be sacked. That's Burden in his face. Now a pile of tacklers pushes it back inside the 20. Cole Baker also in there for Caldwell County, but Burden was right in the face of Jordan early on that play.
Ball marked at the,
let's call that the 18-yard line. So a big play by Caleb Burden to get in.
3rd down and 19 for the Wildcats.
And Caldwell had all 11 men up within the 5 yards of the line of scrimmage on that particular play, Dennis, and had single coverage on these outside receivers. Now we got Gabe East back playing center field, as we say.
Trigg County puts a man in motion. Little pitch up front. He's not going to pick up maybe a yard or 2 at the most. He's going to be spotted down. Side official's going to judge it at the 16-yard line. Devin Kilgore again on the tackle for Caldwell County. Devin having a good return after setting out a week with a concussion issue. Trigg County's punt team comes in. Trail Riley is at the Trigg County 40. Snap is back. Kick is away. Riley's going to call a fair catch at the Trigg County 43-yard line. So good field position for Caldwell County to start this drive.
The Trigg County 43-yard line.
And Jaggers will bring his crew out with 5:22 remaining in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one 6-0. Big pass from Jaggers to Newsom. Now Caldwell County comes out with Trail Riley and Oliver Parker near side. Jaggers drops back, sets up a screen. It's in and out of the hands of number 2, Jameer Riley. Pass just a little bit too far to his right.
Jaggers screen pass falls incomplete.
Screen set up well by the line, but Jaggers couldn't connect with Jameer Riley. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Caldwell County quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers near side. He goes far side. Newsom has the catch and fights for some yardage. He's inside the 40, still on his feet, pulling defenders. And they'll get him down to, I think, the 37-yard line on the spot. Bob, we mentioned that in the pregame. A lot of Newsom's catches are more of the run after his catch.
He has tremendous upfield burst when he does catch the ball.
3rd and 5 for Caldwell County. Snap is back to Jaggers. He looks down the field. Now he's going to come this side to Jameer Riley. Riley up across the 25 or the 35. Tripped up. He's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he got it from here.
Does look like he has it.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. It is going to be a Little Caesars first down for Caldwell County.
Caldwell County first down. 1st and 10. The Trigg County 32-yard line.
Jameer Riley in the backfield. 3 receivers setting out to the far sideline. Tate Van Hoosier, one of those. Jaggers looks that way. Goes to Trail Riley. Bobbled it and was hit. Knocked his helmet off. Trail able to hop right back up. And a big hit by Trigg County puts the helmet off of Trail Riley. Trail had that one in his hands, bobbled it up, and when it went up in the air, he was concentrating on that and took a vicious hit. So he'll go out of the game, get the helmet looked at. Jaggers drops back again, hits Oliver Parker at the 30. Flag on the play. Parker still on his feet across the 25 and down to the 22-yard line.
Oliver Parker, there is a flag on the play.
We'll see what this is going to be in the area of maybe holding against Caldwell County. And it is a hold against the Tigers. I don't know which receiver was split out here with Oliver, but I think they called it on the other receiver. May have been Van Hoosier. But the hold is going to take that completion back. Clock stopped with 4:43 left in the first quarter. Spotted back at the Trigg County 41-yard line. 2nd down and 19 for the Tigers. 3 receivers to the far side. Parker is the near side receiver to the right. Jameer Riley in at tailback. Jaggers is going to roll. He's got some pressure. He's going to get hit and goes down all the way back at the Caldwell 45-yard line.
Jaggers brought down in the backfield.
Trigg County really brought the pressure on that one. Jaggers unable to get rid of it. They're going to mark it officially at the Tiger 47-yard line.
12 yards left.
So a big loss for the Tigers. It's 3rd down and a country mile right now. He brings Van Hoosier, Riley, and Parker to the right. Newsom is the lone receiver split to the left. Jaggers takes a snap, goes back. Now he's going to roll a little bit, faces some trouble, gets rid of it to Jameer Riley at the 45, still on his feet at the 50, going down the sideline, finally pushed out of bounds, and a flag on the play. Could have been a late hit as he was pushed out of bounds near the 40 of Trigg County. We'll see what the flag is. This one may be a late hit, Bob, out of bounds against Jameer Riley. And if it does, it gives Caldwell County a first down on the play.
And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, Dennis. He was hit way out of bounds, and there's not a lot of yard line or yards from the edge of the field to the fence.
Yeah, very cozy setting right here, to say the least, at Purdue Field. They put some pressure on Joby on that one. He was able to scramble, get loose. Saw Jameer Riley as the little checkoff back out there in the flat. Got it to him. Riley took it up the sideline. Initially, they'd knocked him out about the 40-yard line of Trigg County. Officials still conferring.
That was to Trill on that particular pass.
No, sir, that was Jameer Riley.
Jameer.
We'll see what the call is on this. Personal foul, Caldwell County. Illegal hit to the head on the Tigers.
Personal foul is called against
So unexpected call there. It has looked like a little bit of a late hit when Jameer went out of bounds, but instead it's going to go against Caldwell County. And they've marked this one off. They're standing back around the Tiger 42-yard line. And a Trigg dead ball foul. So the, I don't know if the referees are just getting the walking in. The ball is going to finally be spotted at the Trigg County Wildcat 43-yard line. So we'll see what the final judgment is on this. They have the ball set. Scoreboard's got 4th down. Side judge or side crew has 3rd down.
I think it technically should be 4th down. I think both of these penalties came after the play, but
and they still have not flipped. Caldwell County's offense still on the field right now after a confusing series of penalties after the last play.
It's going to be either 3rd and 20 or 4th and 20.
We'll see if the Tigers leave the offense on, if it is indeed 4th down. Scoreboard still holding 4th down, but the chain crew showing 3rd. Caldwell County leaves the offense on. Empty backfield set for Caldwell County. 2 receivers to the far side, Trail and Newsom. On the far side, Jameer, Tate Van Hoosier, Oliver Parker near side. Not sure on the down. I think the officials have stepped in again. They're doing some explaining with the Trigg County coaching staff now at this point. What's turned into about a 5-minute delay so far here in play with 3:36 left in the first quarter. And still some confusion, Bob. A 4th down on one end and a 3rd down on the far side. 20 yards to go either way, but
yeah, it looks like it will remain 3rd down.
And they are changing the scoreboard. It's going to be 3rd down, Caldwell County. Still an empty backfield set. 2 receivers to the far side, 3 to the near side. Jaggers takes the snap. He's got the protection. Trigg County comes with some pressure. Jaggers throws down the field. It's going to be complete and in and out of the hands of number 33, Tate Van Hoosier. Had it right in the gut. Ball slipped through and falls incomplete. Jaggers had pretty decent protection on the play as he got rid of that one. And now will bring up a 4th down and 20.
20 yards to go for the Tigers.
And the punt unit will come on for Caldwell County.
You're right, Dennis. That was as good a pass as Joby could throw, right in the bread basket, and Tate, a little butterflies probably, just couldn't hang on to it.
Trigg County again with some pressure. Nichols gets it off, and it's going to be caught at the 10 and not much more than that. Good coverage by the Tiger special teams unit. Tiger player on the ground. Let's see who that is. Looks like number 3 for Caldwell County. That's Dylan Cavanaugh. Staying down on the ground. Referees have stopped the clock. We'll take a 30-second break right here. 3:23 left in the quarter. Caldwell leads this one 6-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger football on WPKY.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders from KFC here with some real news. My delicious, world-famous original recipe fried chicken is available at a KFC near you. It has been and will be until the end of time. No matter what's happening in the world, you can trust that my original recipe chicken is always made with the lemon herbs and spices. Many unnamed sources agree. It's delicious. Get it in a KFC $10 chicken share and enjoy it with a friend. KFC, it's still finger-licking good. Limited time offer. Participating KFCs, prices may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
We are back to Purdue Field in Cadiz, Kentucky. Caldwell County leads this one 6-0 on a hookup from Jaggers to Newsom earlier in the first quarter. Caldwell unable to convert the point after, so they stand at 6-0. Dylan Kavanaugh, Bob, still down on the field, down around the 15-yard line. And unfortunately, they are checking that right knee area. So our prayers go out to Dylan that it's nothing serious and he can hop up from this one pretty quickly. But it always causes a little more concern when you see a player either getting worked on around the knee area or the neck area.
And he was down on the coverage, and he's up.
He ends up having to be helped off the field a little bit, not putting the weight on his own. Serious limp with his right leg. He'll get that checked out on the sideline as Trigg County will take over from their own 11-yard line. The 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And Kavanaugh off the field on the far side. And it looks like everybody's set to put the ball back into play. Cameron Baker in on coverage now for Caldwell County. Jordan faked the pass, goes back up the middle, and maybe picks up a yard, but not much more than that. He may have got to the 12. Good job by the Tigers' interior line. Cole Baker in on the tackle for Caldwell County. And they will spot it at the 12, pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for Trigg County, as they trail 6-0, under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Trigg comes to the line with 2 receivers each way. Single back in the backfield for Trigg County. Tayshawn Baker the back. Jordan drops back, looks over the middle, into triple coverage, incomplete. And that would have been a tough catch for anybody. More likely an interception when you throw a pass like that. Trigg County dodges a bullet there. That one fell incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
And that's what we've seen in the past with our defensive rush. The quarterback just does not have time to pinpoint, set, and throw. He has time just to get the ball out, and that ball was 5 yards over the receiver's head, where we had no chance at it, as an earlier pass was the same way, Dennis.
Absolutely. Kilgore, Harrelson, and Baker really doing a good job tonight on that defensive line. Now Caldwell really brings the pressure. It's complete on the flare-out. Ball loose. Let's see if they call it a catch. Trigg County able to recover. They're going to call the pass complete to number 4, McIntosh. He fumbled. And on the fumble recovery, Trigg County able to get on it back at their own 6-yard line.
And Will Bashir just barely missed recovering that fumble.
I think Will wanted to pack that one in before he got a handle on it.
I think that's what Will's intention was.
And Trigg County will punt from their own end zone. Almost blocked. He gets away, a low line drive. Touched by Caldwell County, and I think that was Trail, didn't get a handle on it. Trigg County able to come up with the loose ball at their own 35-yard line. Turnover Caldwell County on the play.
Recovered by number 17, Gabe Hardy.
And it is Trigg County football. Kind of an indecisive play by Trail. Wanted to pick that one up. It did have a big squib spin on it. Almost blocked in the end zone. But the turnover gives new life to Trigg County at their own 35-yard line, as we are under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Cameron Baker goes into coverage on the far sideline. Trigg, 2 receivers each way. Jordan takes a snap, drops back, over the middle, complete at the 38, up across the 40, and finally brought down at the 43 by Dylan Gray. That was number 1 on the catch, Tayshawn Barker.
Gain of 7, maybe 8. Stop made by number 24, Dylan Gray.
Play complete up to the 43-yard line for Trigg County. Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Wildcats. Snap is back to Jordan. He's got some pressure back there. I don't know what that play was. Maybe an option is how it started out, but you had Will Bashir and Mitchell Harrelson along with Baker in the backfield. Just prevented Jordan from doing anything with that ball. The loss goes all the way back to the 38-yard line. Bob, the best I could tell, it looked like maybe an option trying to get set up, but Jordan had nowhere to go to even start that option. He just ate it in the middle of 3 white jerseys.
Lucky he did not fumble that ball because he was hit when he was trying to decide what he had to do.
2 receivers each way for Trigg County. Barker in the backfield with Jordan. Jordan drops back, got pressure again. They set up the screen. It's complete at the 40. He's across the 45 and down with the ball right on the 50-yard line. It'll be a first down for Trigg County. That's the screen they tried to set up a couple of plays ago, this time successful. As the ball spotted with the nose touching the 50-yard line. First down, Trigg County at midfield. Snap is back. Jordan's going to roll. Stiff arms Gray. He's going to go off the sideline out of bounds. It'll be a loss.
Maybe they'll.
Good job by Caldwell County's Cameron Baker. And they are going to give him back to midfield. I thought he was driven out about the 48, but they are going to give him back to midfield. Length of the football on the gain. And let's see if Trigg County even tries to get another play off before the end of the quarter, and they will not. So the clock will tick down after 1 quarter. A surprisingly close game at this point. Caldwell County leads this one 6-0 over Trigg County. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Princeton Drug Company, 103 West Main in Princeton, proudly features low-cost prescriptions and friendly service. Princeton Drug offers in-town delivery, in-store pickup, or a convenient drive-through window. Princeton Drug has a wide selection of Christian greeting cards for every occasion. Princeton Drug is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturday from 8:30 to 2:30. No deliveries on Saturday. Princeton Drug, 103 West Main Street, Princeton. Phone 365-5585.
Hello, this is Gloria Smith with the Law Office of Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
Back to Purdue Field at Cadiz, Kentucky. After 1 quarter, it's Caldwell County 6, Trigg County nothing. Trigg County has the ball 2nd down and 9 at the 50-yard line. Jordan takes a snap. He's going to drop back, look over the middle. It's in and out of the hands. I think they're going to call that one incomplete. Good sandwich tackle there by Caldwell County as Trigg tried to go with the quick one over the middle. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down. And Bob, I bet as the Tigers gathered around Coach Barnes at the end of that quarter, I would imagine that conversation was deeply one-sided.
We haven't come out extremely sharp, mishandling that short punt that we just turned over where Trigg is on this current march, and we've dropped a pass. A couple mistakes that we normally don't make.
Trigg County comes up 3rd down and 9. 2 receivers this way. He's going to swing this way. Caught, and he's going to go for a loss as a host of tacklers led by Caleb Burden brings down Trigg's receiver. That was number 5 for Trigg County. Bridges on the catch.
Caleb Burden making the stop.
Caleb Burden led the way for Caldwell County. Ball spotted back at the 46-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. 4th down and 13 for Trigg County as their punt unit will come back on the field. And Trail Riley hopes this one goes a lot better than the last time.
I would think he's got double the amount of stickum on his hands, Dennis.
And triple the amount of concentration on this one as the ball is up. It's going to take a big Trigg County bounce, fielded by Trail Riley. He tries to take the turn again and loses yardage again on the punt as the ball is going to be spotted back at the Caldwell 5-yard line. Took a huge Trigg County hop. You could tell the end-over-end spin. It was going to go Trigg County's way. Trail thought he could snatch it away, turned back toward the middle, but in circling back toward the middle, ended up losing about 3 more yards after he received it. So Caldwell County stops into the poorest field position of the night, as they'll be at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers set each way. Handoff is to Jameer Riley. He's got wide open middle. He's across the 20, 25, 30, and tripped up at the 35-yard line. Aside from that one trip up, he just had the rest of the green field here at Purdue Field to go before he scored on that one. We're going to call it at the 34-yard line, or 39-yard line, excuse me. Big run by Jameer Riley. Handoff again to Jameer Riley. This one's going to be blown dead from the official in the backfield. And delay of game is going to be called against Caldwell County as the play clock expired.
How can delay of game be called when we run up and don't huddle? And you know, you can't have a delay of game like that.
He signaled delay of game. We'll talk a little bit about that, Bob. The chains had to be moved, so the clock had to stop. I'm not sure on that. Anyway, it's going to be spotted back. Jaggers takes it. It's complete. And I think that's to Parker on the far side, but no gain.
Immediately by number 3, Howard Grubb.
Ball's going to be respotted at the 35-yard line. 10:38 to go in the first half. Caldwell County quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers each way. Jameer Riley in the backfield. Jaggers goes to the far sideline, thrown behind his intended receiver, Parker. And Caldwell County, Bob, just not looking sharp tonight. Just some mistakes, some plays, timing just a little bit off. Not the best start for the Tigers. 3rd and 15 for the Tigers. They've got to get up near midfield. Trigg County gets across, but they get back. Snap is back to Jaggers. He's got time, looks over the middle. He's got Parker complete and down at the Trigg County 40-yard line. Oliver Parker is sure-handed as any receiver on the staff right now for Caldwell County with a great catch. He'll be spotted at the 41-yard line of Trigg County. Little Caesars first down for the Tigers. They are quickly back to the line of scrimmage. High snap handoff to Jameer Riley, still bouncing around. He's going to be thrown for a loss of about a yard.
Brought down in the backfield by number 23,
We're going to spot that one back at the 42-yard line.
Loss of a yard.
Yeah, a lot of dancing going on there with nothing really picked up. 3 receivers set to the far side. You've got Travis Newsom to the near side. Handoff is to Riley again. He's up at the 40, pushing the pile to about the 38-yard line. A better run for Jameer that way as he headed towards the goal line a little bit better on that one instead of the sideline. 3rd down for Caldwell County, about 3rd and 7 right now. 2 receivers each way for the Tigers, with Jaggers rolling to his right, still looking down the field, still with it, throws, and it is complete to Trail Riley. It'll be a Little Caesars first down. We'll see where the spot is. It's inside the 30, and we'll call it the 27-yard line.
27-yard line of Trigg County.
11-yard pass completion that time from Joby.
Good patience and very good protection on the rollout by Jaggers. He's going to send Trail and Jameer Riley to a 4-receiver set to the left. And movement again against Caldwell County. It'll back them up 5 yards. Little mental mistakes starting to add up against Caldwell County here tonight.
1st down 15.
Not the sharp start like we had last week at Union County by any means, as Caldwell's backed up to the 32-yard line. Jaggers is going empty backfield, 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And flag is going to stop this play.
Another flag on the play.
And I think that might be a sideline warning.
Sideline warning has been issued for Caldwell County.
Sideline warning on the Caldwell County sideline. Trying to back them up. There's not a lot of room to back up to their defense, but I guess there is a track on the inside here at Purdue Field.
You can't back up too far, that's for sure, Dennis.
You'd have to be in the stands much farther back. He's going to send Trail and Jameer into motion on the right. He's going to line them up in a 4-receiver set this side. Flags down again. Pass is incomplete. Is that a marker? Is that same piece of trash? And there is a marker down on the field now, well after the play.
Yeah.
And this will be a little taunting action. Personal foul will be called against Trigg County, but it was well after the play and just more verbal than physical, we'll put it that way, as Trigg County will pick up the personal foul. Big break for Caldwell County.
Will they mark it at 17, Dennis?
Ball spotted, yes sir, Bob, at the 17-yard line. Caldwell County has a Little Caesars first down.
We'll go from the penalty to the first down for the Tigers.
And it's against Trigg County. And timeout is being called. Let's see who takes this one. Caldwell County takes the timeout. So with 8:47 left in the first half, Caldwell leads 6-0, but is threatening. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Is in there, and I am loving it. Hi, this is Pam Havelock, new owner of Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. We are so thankful and excited over the response at the store. We offer furniture, mattresses, accessories, gifts along with a bridal and baby registry. We also have a boutique. All our clothes are $40 or less. We offer financing and have a 90-day layaway plan. The mascot of the store is our golden doodle, Jake. He has his own corner where we offer monogram bandanas and all-natural dog treats by Cotton Cafe. And just for your information, Jake rules the store. Come and see us at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located at 235 Northfield Drive in Princeton, right next to the bowling alley. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, everything a home should be.
We are back to Cadiz, Kentucky. Caldwell County has the ball 1st and 10, officially from the Trigg County 18-yard line. Caldwell County took the timeout. Now they'll come out with 2 receivers each way, with Jameer Riley in the backfield with Jaggers. Handoff is to Jameer Riley. Finds a hole along the left side. He's up at the 15, inside the 10, and down to about the 9-yard line. Good elusive run by Jameer Riley. And we'll spot it at the 9-yard line. And Caldwell County is going to bring in an extra tight end, Jameer Riley. In, Jaggers is going to roll, sets up the screen to Trail. Riley dodges one tackle, turns up, and gets inside the 5-yard line. And let's see if there's a flag on the field. I did not see one, but they were talking about one in the press box.
Where can you tell the ball is marked, Dennis, at the 2?
I'm going to call it at the 3. The penalty is against Trigg County, so let's see where they mark this one off to. Face mask is going to take it down to the, let's call it the 2-yard line, Bob. 1st and goal for Caldwell County. They bring in the heavyweight backfield handoff, and it's touchdown Caldwell County. Dylan Gray follows the block of Cole Baker along the left side, and Caldwell County extends their lead out to 12-0 with 8:06 left in the
flag,
first
I
half.
think.
There is a conversation amongst the officials. I did not see a flag come down on the play. Let's see what it is. And not a textbook game by either squad tonight in the early parts of this game. There is a flag, looks like, in the back of the end zone. Heavily penalized game tonight so far for both squads. And we'll get the signal from the referee. Touchdown Caldwell County. Personal foul after the score, I'm assuming.
So they'll mark that probably on the kickoff, or no, they'll mark it off here on the extra point.
So a very lengthy extra point attempt coming up for Boyce Nichols. So the personal foul after the score for Caldwell County. That's 12-0 right now, Caldwell County. Nichols is going to try the extra point. from 35 yards. He has plenty of leg for this, although missed his first extra point attempt tonight. Parker will have the hold. 35-yard PAT for the Tigers. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it is good. I don't see any flags. I want to check first as much as we've seen flags tonight. 8:06 left in the first half. Caldwell County's lead now out at 13. It's the Tigers 13, Trigg County nothing. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger football on 103.3 The Tiger.
New car buyers, listen up. We need to move our new car and truck inventory fast, and we need your trade. At Tri-Keys Incorporated, we know the dollar is tight, but there's never been a better time to buy a new vehicle. With fantastic rebates, low rates, awesome trade allowance, and 7 American car lines to choose from, Tri-Keys Incorporated is sure to fit you with the perfect vehicle at a price that's pleasing. And as always, if we don't have what you want on our lot, we'll find it for you. Don't go out of town for a good deal. Stay in town for a great deal. Tri-Keys Incorporated, where your trade is worth more.
We are back to Cadiz, Kentucky. Caldwell County has extended their lead out at 13-0 with 8:06 left in the first half. And Bob, something you very rarely see, especially in the first half, the entire Tiger squad gathered around the coaching staff after that 35-yard extra point attempt. I'm sure the coaching staff, one of the things they're talking about is keep the jawing and the personal foul stuff down and eliminate it. And I'm sure it was in no uncertain terms.
And exactly, I think whoever is caught in the future may suffer some consequences tonight, because that's one thing you cannot do in any sport is let your emotions get away from you.
Trigg County penalized on that last drive with a little extracurricular activity after the play. So both these teams, some intensity on the field. Trigg County having a much better year. They were looking forward to this game. Caldwell County looking to wrap up that district, so a lot on the line for both teams, but you've got to let the play take care of it. Nichols with the deep kick. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Good kick by Nichols. And Trigg County will bring it out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing this one 13-0. Stay tuned at halftime as Bob will have all of the first half stats. And we'll look ahead to the second half, that coming up at halftime, so stay tuned for that. Penalties have been part of the story here tonight. Just a little sloppy play by the Tigers paired with some penalties in a game that they were favored by about 41 points, still just 13-0. Trigg County still within striking distance. Trigg County takes a snap. Jordan gives a handoff across the right side. And up across the 25. Nice carry by number 1 for Trigg County. Let's see, that's Tayshawn Barker, a 5'5", 140-pound sophomore. 7 yards on the gain, brings up 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Clock ticking at 7:45. Trigg County, as we said, one of the few teams that we face that still goes to the huddle. One receiver to the left, 2 receivers to the right, 2 in the backfield. Caldwell County shows blitz with Bashir. Bashir comes, Jordan keeps it, goes up the middle. He's going to be hit and stopped. I don't think he got much of a gain, if any.
Probably going to mark him maybe for a yard gain at the 20, is that 28 or?
Let's give it to 28.
And that's a generous spot too.
Hunter Van Hoosier on the tackle for Caldwell County.
We'll call it the 27, no gain on that play.
3rd down and short for the Wildcats. 3rd down and a long 2 as they come to the line. Caldwell County's got everybody in the box. They're going to bring another blitz, and this one's going to be whistled dead.
Timeout on the field, Trigg County.
Trigg County got the time off just a fraction of a second before Hunter Van Hoosier was set to come through that line and put a lick on somebody. So with 6:46, there's a timeout by Trigg County. Let's keep it here and say something about our great sponsors here on WPKY that helps us bring all of these football games to you. And Ty, you talked about any of them you would like with us tonight, as you're mic'd up with us tonight, but some of our sponsors include Bella Marie, Black Patch Grill, Capital Cinemas, Computer Consulting Services, HLS Health and Wellness, Treasures Remembered Florist, Kay's Kitchen, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Taco John's, Little Caesars, Cozy Living, and the Gold and Diamond Outlet.
Yeah, our blue sponsors, Dennis, and we appreciate all our sponsors. We try to mention those blue ones at least one time a game because they don't get spots played during the game, but we sure do appreciate all their sponsorship and bringing this great sports action to everybody.
And we also want to send out a shout to some of the people listening on stream, and Coach Barnes has mentioned this gentleman to me the last couple of shows, and that's Jimmy Riley in Fredonia, listening to and watching our stream tonight. So we want to send out a hello to him and hope we can bring you a better football game from this point on, Jimmy. We've had too many mistakes.
It is a pretty sloppy game so far as Trigg County comes up with 3rd and about 2.5 to go for a first down. Caldwell County again shows blitz and flag on the play. And it's going to be against Caldwell County. A little eager on the show of blitz. And it's going to give Trigg County rather the first down. Another mental mistake by Caldwell County. Just sloppy play at times tonight for the Tigers. Really keeping this game reasonably close as we get down into the latter portion of the first half. Caldwell shows the blitz again, brings it. Jordan is complete at the 45. The 40 of Caldwell County. Horse collar tackle. I'm sure they're going to call flags come in from the back, but it saved a touchdown as he's down at the Caldwell County 28-yard line. Caldwell County brought the blitz. Quick pass up for Trigg County. I think that was number 4 on the catch. Zach McIntosh made the catch, got behind the Caldwell County defense, and was tackled at the 28-yard line, but they're going to call a horse collar tackle. But it did save a touchdown.
Flag,
penalty against Caldwell County. Of course, we saw that one from here.
39 yards on the play.
39-yard reception for Trigg County. Tack on the 15 yards, and they are in the red zone of Caldwell County, spotted at the 14-yard line. Bob, one of these games we talked about in the pregame might be a trap game for Caldwell County if they didn't come out sharp, which they have not at this point. Trigg County threatening here late in the first half. Cam Jordan set to take the snap from the shotgun. He hands it off to Barker. Barker's going to get sewed up, and it's Cole Baker with the whip takedown all the way back near the 20-yard line.
They're going to mark it at the 15. How can that be?
I don't know, because he was traveling back. It wasn't like he was tackled with forward progress.
And being pushed back, he was still trying to run.
I don't understand that spot, but it's going to be brought back a yard to the 15. They gave him a very generous spot because Baker made the tackle back at the 20. So it's 2nd down and 11 now for the Wildcats from the Tiger 15-yard line. Caldwell showing blitz from the corner. The Shears comes, the play goes the other way as Trigg County goes to the far sideline and pin their Grubbs on the run.
He's mashed about the 13 or 14. He
didn't get much on it. Hunter Van Hoosier with nice pursuit over there along with Dylan Gray. And let's see if they'll spot this at the 13-yard line. So I'm showing, if I'm right, Bob, 3rd down and 9 for Trigg County.
That's what I have.
Behind the press box. Again, Ray and Muselli.
2 receivers each way for Trigg. Barker in the backfield with Jordan. Coverage on this side by Trail Riley. Flag over there, and it's going to be a delay of game against Trigg County.
Flag on the play.
And that'll back the Wildcats up 5 yards.
Is there a play clock in this stadium?
That's what I looked for earlier. Now I've yet to notice one. But they are very fast. Caldwell County has one penalty on delay of game. Now Trigg County has one. They are very quick on the stopwatch as they reset the play. Trigg County
3rd down and 14.
With the snap. Caldwell County is going to sew this one up for a loss. They'll push the pile all the way back into the backfield. Let's see where they give him forward progress to the 20.
Jacoby Bridges on the carry.
And you picked just about all the Tigers in on the tackle outside of Trail Riley, who stayed out in coverage, but good push by the Tigers. And Trigg County is going to take a quick timeout with 4:34 left in the first half. Caldwell leading this one 13-0. Let's keep it right here and say a word again about these sponsors. And want to mention, Ty, we've got playoff action coming up pretty soon. We've got a couple of home games coming up to close out October, and then the Tigers will take a playoff march. So if you would like to be part of these broadcasts and have your business or organization mentioned, still plenty of time. Just give Ty a call at the radio station.
Yes, I'd be glad to. 963-9155. And I'm delayed, Dennis. I'm going to take my headphones off. It sounds kind of funny. I'm kind of going, whoop. Sound like I'm in a barrel. And thanks to our gold sponsors as well. Fort Gas, KFC, A&W, Princeton Drug Company, Sandra's Gatherings, the Woodall Agency, the McGregor Group, Heating and Air. Of course, they do our pregame show. Tiger sponsors, Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust, Community Medical Clinic, McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Princeton Electric Plant Board, Fredonia Valley Bank, Penny Ryle Electric, Planters Bank, and Trice Hughes. They make it possible, and we just can't thank them enough for bringing this quality sports broadcast to your homes and online.
And without them, we get a lot of compliments, especially on the live stream anymore. And we can't bring that to you without these sponsors. So thanks to them. And if you want to be part of our broadcast, just give Ty a call at the station. Team's back out on the field. Snap goes back to Jordan. He's got some pressure now. He's going to scramble out of the outside. Gets across the 20, down the little seam. He's going to slide down at about the 11-yard line.
And that's not going to be enough. It's 4th and 12, and he only picked up 9 yards. So it looks like
they're going to mark him at 10.
It's still short.
Jordan with the keeper. And it looks like they'll send the field goal unit out. Try to get on the scoreboard with 4:26 to go.
Caldwell County takes over 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
Turnover, yeah. I was behind the down on that one. You're right. Yeah. Turnover on downs gives it to Caldwell County. And Bob, if I'm not mistaken, the marker, if he had stayed on his feet and lowered his head, he was going to be very close to a first down.
He was going to be, he would have had it, I think, Dennis. He didn't want to give his body up.
Jameer Riley trying to get it, goes across the right side. He's up across the 15 and down at the, should be somewhere around the 18-yard line.
Gary Brown making the stop for the Wildcats.
Bring up 2nd down and short for Caldwell County.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
2nd down and 3 for the Tigers. Travis Newsom, Trail Riley near side. Joby drops back. He's got it complete to Newsom. Newsom up across the 25, the 30. Another flag on the play. 35 lowers his head at the 40 and driven out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Newsom brings it up near the 45-yard line of Trigg County.
Well, we'll see what the flag is. Flag thrown back around the 25-yard line. As usual, a great run after the catch by Travis Newsom. And we'll see if this one's coming back, and it is. Hold against Caldwell County.
Holding is a call against Caldwell.
And Bob, it's just the probably the sloppiest game that Caldwell's played in some time. They're not sharp tonight, anything like last week at Union County.
No, and it looks like when we get on these wide screens that these officials are I think, don't say they're flag happy, but they're reaching in their pocket quite often.
Ball spotted back at the 13-yard line. Caldwell's going to go empty backfield. 4 receivers to the right. Travis Newsom on an island to the left. Jaggers with a quick hit to Newsom. He's got it complete at the 20, the 30, 40, 50, 40, still on his feet at the 30, tripped up and goes down near the 25-yard line of Trigg County. That's where they'll mark it, right on the 25. Great run on the little curl route by Travis Newsom.
62-yard pass play that time, Dennis.
Ball down at the 25-yard line. Big catch by Newsom, his second big catch of the night. Caldwell County goes 2 receivers each way with Jameer Riley in the backfield. Jaggers takes it, hands off to Riley. Tries to bounce it up the middle. Got a lot of company there. Let's see if he can get back to the line of scrimmage, and will not. He'll lose about a yard on the play. And we're down to just over 3 minutes left in the first half. Loss of one on the play. Second down and 11 for Caldwell after that big Little Caesars first down from Travis Newsom. And whistles on the sideline. Let's see what this is.
Is that an official's time or?
Official signal his timeout. I think the referee on the far side talking to Coach Barnes at length, getting some type of explanation. I'm sure frustrations are high on that Caldwell County sideline right now to begin with the some of the play and some of the penalties tonight against the Tigers. But Caldwell County still throwing the shutout. That's the bright side of it. But this has been a laborious first half at best tonight.
Kind of a scratch your head first half, Dennis, because we don't know. This is about the third conversation's been held tonight, and we don't know what issue is involved.
Now they're going to come over and explain it to the Trigg County sideline. I'm still not sure what caused the stoppage of play, but the long conversation started with Coach Barnes on the far sideline. Now the referee talking to Coach Lewis here on the Trigg County sideline. And a couple of these conversations, Bob, have gone in the 5-minute range. This one well into several minutes right now. What did he say? And something going on in the end zone area. And is it maybe an ejection on the far end of the field? I don't know. Referees get the signal, set the signal, this one back in play. Ty never did understand what that one was over.
I don't know, Dennis, but it's just sloppy.
There was some...
maybe we can get a little handle on this at halftime.
Something going on towards the end zone area, I'm assuming. But Caldwell County set in the backfield with Jameer Riley. Handoff is to Riley. He's going to try to bounce it to the outside. He's got one player to get around, and he's going to be pulled down from behind, shy of the 20-yard line.
Number 2, Riley on the carry. Great tackle made by number 39.
One thing Trigg County has done fairly well tonight on the defensive side, they've made open field tackles on players that normally don't get tackled in the open field as easy.
6 yards to go.
3rd and 6 for Caldwell County. 2:18 left in the first half. Ball spotted right at the 20-yard line. Jaggers drops back. Now he's going to get some pressure. He has the scramble, turns it upfield himself, and he's going to be pulled down. Looked like another horse collar, but I don't know if that one will be called or not. He's going to be called down inside the 20. And there is a flag in there.
Brought down by number 39, Everett Cross, and number 43.
And it's going to be a face mask call, I think.
Joby got it to the 18-yard line.
Joby got it to the 18. I think this personal foul is going to tack on quite a bit more. I think the initial signal was face mask against Trigg County, maybe inadvertent, as only taken 5 off of it, so it'll take it inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And that does give Caldwell County a Little Caesars first down. Jaggers with Jameer Riley in the backfield. Jaggers drops back. Now the pass is complete to Jameer Riley. Dances his way towards the end zone and in. Touchdown, Caldwell County. Nifty little move there by Jameer Riley. Long drive by Caldwell County, capped by the touchdown. Jaggers to Jameer Riley with 1:40 left in the first half. Lead out now 19-0 Caldwell County, pending the point after. Bob, that drive started on the 10, right?
It was a 90-yard drive.
90-yard drive, Caldwell County. One of their longest time-consuming drives of the season so far. We'll see if Nichols can tack on the extra point and make it an even 20. Snap is down, kick is up, plenty of distance, and it is good. So with 1:40 left in the first half, Caldwell County leads now 20-0 over Trigg County. Back in 30 seconds, this is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Please announce our newest addition to our already wonderful lineup of pizzas. Cheese stuffed crust. That's right, you can now add cheese to the crust of your favorite hand-tossed or deep-deep dish pizza. It's so yummy, yummy. Make that pizza or any of our other delicious pizzas a meal with our new Little Caesars Make It a Meal deal. For a discounted price, you can add on one of our 3 Make It a Meal deals to your pizza order. All meals include a 2-liter with your choice of Italian cheese bread, crazy bread, or wings. We want to be your go-to pizza place. Let us know how we are doing and what your favorite menu items are. Join our Facebook group, T-Town Little Caesars, to see our specials and enter for our giveaway. Little Caesars is very involved in the community and would love to serve you. If you belong to a church organization and need delivery for a gathering or church event, call us at 270-365-3311 to order. Pizza, pizza.
And we are back here at Purdue Field. Caldwell County set to kick off. It's going to take a bounce at the 8-yard line, fielded at the 3. They're going to do a little reverse action on the return, up across the 15, the 20. Flag again on the play as he's brought down near the 25-yard line. Flag back at about the 20.
Near the 25-yard line.
Illegal block by Trigg County is going to bring this one back a little bit farther. Bob, as we've watched this game, a very long first half, a lot of penalties, a lot of personal fouls, a lot of basically just mistakes as far as concentration goes. Somehow Caldwell County has built a 20-0 lead out of this mess.
As we've watched up and down, and we haven't been efficient at all tonight, Dennis. I know we've covered, we have several yards, picking up 90 on that last drive, but it hasn't been pretty at all.
It hadn't been smooth at all either. So Trigg County comes to the line. They're spotted at the 8-yard line. Let's make it the 9-yard line. Ball on the 9. Handoff is going to be thrown for loss. Cole Baker there, and a flag comes in on that one.
There's the flag on the play.
Cole made the tackle up around the neck helmet area.
72 is Cole Baker on the stop.
Let's see if it's something that they're going to call because of the way Cole made the tackle. And Caldwell County hanging their heads a little bit as it appears to be against Caldwell County. Face mask called against the Tigers. So it'll be a 5-yard face mask call. Ball is going to come out to the 10-yard line after Cole had the tackle back on the 5. Just over a minute left in the first half. Stay tuned, Bob will have all of the first half stats coming up, and a look ahead to the second half. That coming up at halftime. Stay tuned for that. Trigg County takes a snap. Jordan keeps himself straight up the middle. Tackled shy of the 15-yard line. Cole Baker hops up off the ground as part of them, along with Hunter Van Hoosier. Devin Kilgore also at the bottom of the pile for Caldwell County.
Are they going to mark that ball, Dennis, about the 12?
Let's see. Referee is standing, yes, on the 12-yard line. Trigg County taking a lot of time if they're going to try to do anything on this drive. Second down for the Wildcats. Clock down to 32 seconds left in the half. I'm not sure where the play clock is, but they've got to be getting considerably close to that. And flag goes down. It is going to be a delay of game. And that's the third delay of game, Bob. I think that tops the total number of delay of games we've seen all season. As Trigg County will be whistled for delay of game. Clock stops on the penalty at 23.2 seconds left in the first half. Caldwell does lead this one 20-0.
Trigg County back at their 7-yard line. It better be protective of this football.
You got to wonder if Caldwell County will start to use some timeouts to try to make Trigg do something on fourth down if they have enough time on the clock to do that. Second down now for the Wildcats. 2 receivers each way. Jordan drops back, It's complete at the 24. Nice tackle by Trail Riley, but it is a first down for Trigg County. Clock stopped as they moved the chains.
Wildcat, first down.
And Trigg County takes the timeout. So with 17 seconds left in the first half, we'll take 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
This is Holly Van Hooser with the Rural Agency in Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website, woodall@woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
Have you or a loved one been discharged from the hospital but not quite recovered enough to go home? Caldwell Medical Center's swing bed program is the answer you are looking for. Caldwell Medical Center's swing bed program can help patients that are recovering from strokes, joint repair replacement, IV therapy, post-hospitalization pain management, wound or major surgery, acute physical or occupational therapy. Call 270-365-0300 to see if Caldwell Medical Center's swing bed program is right for you.
Back to Purdue Field, ball in play, and this one's going to be intercepted if they call him in, and it is interception. Trail Riley, nice job of knowing where he was on the field. That's going to be intercepted at the Trigg County 47-yard line. Good play by Trail. Not really a black jersey anywhere in the area. Trail able to pull the toes in, and there's a flag on the coaching staff for Trigg County saying Trail was out of bounds and arguing vehemently about the call. Flag goes straight up. That one's on the Trigg County bench. And Caldwell County still has 13 seconds. This penalty is going to put them a little bit closer. Boyce Nichols does have a big leg. And the ball was originally spotted on the interception at the Trigg 47-yard line. 15 yards closer now for Caldwell County.
So they will put it at the Trigg 32-yard line.
33 on the spot with 13 seconds left on the clock. Jaggers empty backfield. Got two receivers to the near side and Trail and Newsom. Three receivers to the right. Jaggers takes it. He's got some pressure. Screen set up for Trail Riley. It's complete at the 30. Goes back to the middle. He's up across the 20, inside the 10, and dragged down finally inside the 5-yard line with 2.1 seconds left. Caldwell County quickly up and calls the timeout.
Is that to the 2-yard line, Dennis?
2-yard line on the tackle. I'll tell you what, yeah, let's give it the 2-yard line. Almost turned that one into a score.
And that was to Trail, was it not?
Trail Riley, Jaggers to Trail Riley. Trail made a nice move on the sideline to avoid a tackle, cut it back to the middle, found some open ground and dragged down at the 2 with 2.1 seconds left in the first half. Little decision here for Caldwell County to see if they're going to go for the 3 or if they're going to take a shot to put somebody in the end zone on this play. Bob, you look for that big backfield package if they decide to run this one with Cole Baker, Dylan Gray, and sometimes Burden, some of the bigger kids.
I don't believe we're going for the field goal.
And they are bringing, I see Dylan Gray. Let's see who else. Cole Baker is in there. Hunter Van Hoosier. So it is the heavyweight set for Caldwell County. They give it to Gray. Gray bounces. Let's see if he's going to get in. And look like the Tigers were stopped at the 1-yard line as time expires in the first half. Gray hit and bounced back. So Caldwell County does not put any points on the board after the nice pick by Trail Riley and the nice reception by Trail puts it down at the 2. So after one half of play, Caldwell County leads this one 20-0. We'll be back with all the first half stats and a look ahead at the second half. That's coming up in 3 minutes, Darren. 3-minute break And then tune us back in. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Have you been a victim of debit or credit card fraud? Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hello, this is Keisha Fulcher, CEO of Community Medical Clinic. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'd like to take this opportunity to both raise awareness and to welcome you to Community Medical Clinic. Breast cancer accounts for at least 25% of new cancer diagnoses in women each year, and it's the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women. Early detection is essential in winning the fight against breast cancer. I want to encourage all women to make an appointment and speak with your health care provider. Your doctor or nurse practitioner can determine the appropriate age for you to begin having mammograms and the frequency thereafter based on your specific risk factors, personal and family health history. And gentlemen, you too can play a significant role by encouraging the women in your life, your mother, your wife, your sisters, and your daughters to be proactive and to schedule an exam. At Community Medical Clinic, we're committed to partnering with each of our patients and want to encourage every member of our community to obtain regular cancer screening. We are accepting new patients and welcome walk-ins at all three of our convenient locations in Princeton, Hopkinsville, and Oak Grove. Visit us in Princeton at 310 Hawthorne Street or call us today at 270-365-0227 and schedule an appointment. We are dedicated to keeping you healthy and winning the fight against cancer.
Mobile deposit is here. This is Mona Van Heeter with First Southern National Bank, and our new mobile app is loaded with extra features, including mobile deposit. Now you can use your smartphone's camera to deposit checks on the go. Just endorse, point, click, and send. Download our new mobile app and try it today. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
We are back to Katie's Kentucky. We're at halftime here at Purdue Field. Caldwell County leads this one over Trigg County 20-0 on a very slow and sloppy played first half by both squads. A lot of penalties in that first half, and we did get a chance to clear up some of the confusion late in the first half. There was a big discussion going on the sideline that initiated with the side official talking with Coach Barnes. The discussion went to the other side of the field, and the best we could tell, and Bob, I'll let you speak on this later because you've been on the chain gang, apparently one of the chain gang crew ejected during the first half for Trigg County. So we've seen a little bit of everything tonight. We've seen 3 delay of game calls tonight, a bushel basket full of personal foul calls. You've seen some plays that Caldwell County normally does not make, just mental mistakes tonight. So not the best game for Caldwell County, but you look up at the scoreboard and the Tigers have a commanding 20-0 lead on Trigg County. Tigers in the end zone now getting some halftime instruction. Bob Hayes totaling the stats up. He'll have those in just a second. Right now the camera focused on the Trigg County Wildcat Marching Band. Next week we'll be back in Caldwell County for the Tiger Band to perform at halftime of that game. We'll be home against Fort Campbell next week. Hopefully if Caldwell County takes care of business here tonight and then against Fort Campbell, but this one should, for all intents and purposes, sew the district championship up for Caldwell County. We should be at home the rest of the season as long as Caldwell County stays alive in the playoffs. Fort Campbell next week, a bye week on the 20th, and then we'll close the regular season at home against Mayfield, and then the playoffs start the following Friday night.
Dennis, I'm ready and to address that issue about the chain gang. As I was on the chains for over 20 years, and one of the things they tell you is to keep your mouth shut, and obviously some of these people that For instance, on the Trigg gang, chain gang tonight, couldn't do that, and these officials aren't going to put up with that. I was in a game once where, or in a field where I saw people thrown out at Webster County on the chains as a spectator at that time, but I can say in my 20 years plus, nobody on the Caldwell County chain crew was ever thrown out. So,
well, just one of the unusual plays that have happened tonight here at Purdue Field. Just a handful of things we did not really expect to see tonight. We did expect Caldwell County to have a big halftime lead, and I'll let you get to the stats there, but this is not the way I think they were really looking to approach a 20-0 lead. And
all intents and purposes, we maybe should have been looking at a 23 or 27-0 score right now. Caldwell County will get the ball to open the second half, and for the Tigers in the first half, in the rushing department, Jameer Riley with 9 carries for 56 yards. Joby Jaggers 2 carries for a -7 yards. And Dylan Gray 2 carries for 3 yards, one of those a touchdown. So 13 carries for the Tigers and 52 yards there. In the air, Joby's having a phenomenal night. It's 14 out of 19. Has 4 completions to Travis Newsom for a total of 119 yards. 3 passes to Oliver Parker for 28 yards, 3 to Trail Riley for 42 yards, 4 to Jameer Riley for 58 yards. So Joby's 14 pass completions tonight have netted 247 yards for the Tigers. Total net yards in the first half for the Tigers, 299 yards. And you could see why we would have 20 points on the scoreboard. And for Trigg County has rushed the ball 17 times tonight for a total net gain of 3 yards. They've thrown the ball, they've completed 8 out of 13 with 1 intercepted for 70 yards, and 40 of that and 20 of that coming on 2 plays. So in essence, they've been ineffective in the air, which leads to the conclusion that they probably should be scoreless here at half, and they are. So with a total net yards in the first half of Trigg County of 73 yards versus Caldwell's 299, you can see that's the difference in the game right there. And we get the ball, as I say, to start the second half. So it's all Caldwell County, but it's a game filled with penalties, mistakes, where we just can't get past. Maybe on 4 or 5 plays, if we could have gotten past one man, we would have had certainly more yardage, but we can't do that. So it's kind of like we're a little bit asleep.
I know in the first quarter, Bob, there were some penalties. A lot of it not really for physical play on the field, but more for the verbal type, as players from both sides whistled for penalties in that first half. The coaching staff talked to the players at halftime. We're assuming that was one of the topics that they talked about on the sideline. Then you've got plays like when Trigg pinned deep in their own territory, had to punt out, and we fumbled the return, giving Trigg new life at their own 35-yard line. Just plays like that are not typical of Caldwell County. They just don't have that look of being sharp like they were last week when they just annihilated Union County in the first half. A little bit more of a struggle here tonight, but they do, when you look up, you see a 20 on the scoreboard for Caldwell County and a goose egg for Trigg. So they've done enough right to have a big lead, but it's not been the prettiest thing tonight to watch.
That's for sure, and I'm thinking that maybe turnovers are tied. Obviously the interception here in front of us at the end of the first half was in my opinion, the Trigg's first turnover of the night. I don't remember them fumbling or throwing another interception, and then our muff punt down here was probably our only turnover of the night that I can recall.
Yeah,
so
only one I remember also.
So the turnover battle is even at 1-1, which you don't want to be behind that stat on the wrong end. So the Tigers, I'm sure, are getting a fairly good lecture here at halftime on keeping your mouth shut and playing football.
We're about 5.5 minutes away from kicking off the second half. Trigg County band on the field tonight, and we got to give these kids credit. They're pretty impressive down here in this performance. Heard they had best percussion last week and also a couple of other awards, but they are a pretty impressive group here at the Purdue Field giving their show tonight. Caldwell County, as you said, Bob, does get the kickoff to start the second half, and Jaggers is having a good night. We've just got to break these receivers a little bit more in the open. They've got to shake some tackles, and we've got to eliminate these penalties.
Well, we've got to do that, and one thing I haven't done yet is gone over the scoring in the first half, and that is all Caldwell County. In the first quarter, Travis Newsom, a 38-yard pass from Joby Jaggers, the PAT, and that's another thing we haven't seen all year is boys missing extra point. The extra point was no good, and at 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first quarter, Caldwell takes a 6-0 lead. In the second quarter, Dylan Gray on a 2-yard run. Boys made the extra point this time, but it was after a 15-yard penalty, probably a 35-yard kick for the extra point, and that coming at the 8-minute 6-second mark in the second quarter. Caldwell County up 13-0 at that point. And then also in the second quarter, with 1 minute 40 seconds remaining in the half, Jameer Riley on a 13-yard pass from Joby. The PAT was good by boys, and we led at that time 20-0, and had a chance on a late second quarter interception off of Trigg County's Cameron Jordan, where we run one play. After the interception, there was a penalty against the sideline over here against Trigg County, moving it to the 35, let's say, and then we get a pass play to the 2-yard line or 3, and then disdain the field goal in hopes of getting a touchdown, and then we were stopped at the 1-yard line as the half ends. So that's where we find ourselves right now, leading 20-0.
And Bob, we're at 3 minutes left, but I'm sure they'll tack some on as Trigg County Band still on the field, wrapping up their performance here tonight. A good night for Jaggers. Of all the miscues and things where the Tigers weren't really looking sharp, we're getting some penalties called on them for silly plays. Basically, Jaggers still look sharp. That first pass to Travis Newsom covered about 32 yards in the air. Jaggers dropped it right in the breadbasket for Newsom.
Joby has passed well tonight. Had one wide open pass dropped early in the game, which could have picked up a first down for the Tigers and kept the drive alive, but not to be. And then we've completed a couple, 3 passes, or 2, I know. One to Travis again, and we had that call back because of a hold on one of the wide receivers. So it's been we make a play, and then we have to give up a lot of that yardage back because we've completed or had a penalty called against us. So like I say, I think the coaches are addressing the sloppiness in the locker room, or actually down here, if they're not in the locker room, they're down here to our right in the end zone. So I would think that we would bounce back. We get the kickoff to start the third quarter. And Joby's had a little bit of pressure tonight, more so than we've seen, and not 5 or 6 men after him. It's been like 3 or 4. So I'm not sure if the offensive line is a step slow tonight or what, but Joby's only been sacked really once. He had to run out of pass formation one time, picked up 5 yards on that play, and then picked up another 5 yards on an inadvertent face mask on that particular play. I want to see us come out sharp and crisp here to start the third quarter.
Bob, looking out on the field, I see Dylan Cavanaugh, injured earlier in that first half, has already taken the shoulder pads off in a serious limp as he goes back out of the huddle at the end zone back towards the sideline. But Dylan Cavanaugh obviously will not be back in. That's something that hopefully you'll have a report on tomorrow morning on Saturday Morning Quarterback, where you'll have a few different guests in the morning. If you'd like to mention who you'll have on in the morning instead of Coach Barnes.
Coach Barnes has a football meeting in Glasgow or somewhere up in the middle part of the state, and technically I'm not sure who's coming, but it could be 3 coaches, Coach Wayne McGowan, Coach Aaron McClung, Coach Bradley Stallings, but we're not totally sure who will be there. We'll just be there awaiting them and getting them on the air when they do show.
Well, maybe they have some information on Dylan Cavanaugh to see the extent of his injury here tonight as they are getting the band stuff off, we're ticking down. The horn will sound for the end of halftime, but neither team on the sideline yet. Bob, we talked about on the offensive side, we're looking for bright spots tonight. Joby Jaggers was a bright spot in that first half. On the defensive side, you've got to brag a little bit on that defensive line tonight. I mean, Cole Baker, Devin Kilgore, we called his name a lot in that first quarter, and then Mitchell Harrelson playing a good game. So those three kids are doing a good job on that defensive line tonight.
Well, when you limit your opponent to basically 3 yards in 17 carries, you're doing something right. And Cole, Mitchell, Devin, the linebackers getting on the edge, turning these runners in. These runners aren't running hard, and they're not engaged in trying to pick up the extra yard. Especially that one time when we saw the Trigg quarterback with a chance to pick up an extra 2 yards and a first down deep in Tiger territory, slides at the 10, and I think he got a favorable mark on that. That's where his feet went down. It's when you slide like that, you're supposed to mark it where the ball is. The ball was back at the basically 11, 12 yard line, but still it was 2 yards short, and it was a situation where Trigg turned it over on downs. So that's one of those things where you got to show your toughness sometime.
Yeah, he could have lowered his head and easily picked up, and I didn't realize at the time, and I'll apologize to the listeners for that. I looked across the field, and I could have sworn that it had a third down marker on the chain gang. May have been the substitute guy from the chain gang. I'm not sure, because they did have one guy ejected tonight. We've seen a little bit of everything here. I've yet to see a play clock, and that's a penalty we've had called 3 times tonight. Once against Caldwell, 2 against Trigg County. Is delay of game.
In the delay of game called against us was after a play picked up X number of yards. We're playing fast, and they throw the flag, and I'm sure I've got a mark here on that particular play. I'll ask the coaches tomorrow what they didn't know about that play.
It's almost like they started their 25 seconds, or however much it was. I'm not exactly sure on that, but they started their play clock on the wristwatch as soon as the ball was downed. Didn't give the chain gang time. The clock is supposed to stop to move the chains for a first down.
You don't start the clock until the down marker is set. Now the chains can follow along, but you've got to get that box down the field and get it set. Then you start the clock, where the official not only starts the clock, but he winds the clock, and the ball's in play, and the scoreboard clock is ticking. So that's a situation that I disagree how they handled that particular play.
That's like the defensive holding on a run play a couple of weeks ago. It's just something you don't see a lot. We're going to give a tip of the hat tonight to whoever's playing the music here at Trigg County. Not really our style in pregame, but the halftime and then timeout music has really been good tonight. So we like what they're doing. You've got Trail Riley back there playing the old air guitar as he drops back for the kickoff here to start this second half. We're about to get this one kicked underway to start the second half. 12 minutes on the clock. Trigg County at the 40 to put this one in play. Caldwell County leads 20-0 as we start this third quarter. And Trail set his own 15-yard line, set to receive this kickoff.
Caldwell County will be going from right to left in the third quarter. It's a little pooch kick, picked up and recovered by Caldwell County. And
Tate Van Hoosier, I think, on the reception on that bobble, just second able to cover on it. Gives Caldwell County great field position. It'll be spotted at their own 43-yard line, I think, 42-yard line. Let's see if he moves it up. One side judge had it marked at the 43. Now they move the ball up. Official start is at the Caldwell County 43-yard line. And Jaggers comes out. He's got 2 receivers each side. Jameer Riley, in the backfield. Jameer takes the handoff, goes up the middle. He's at the 45, and that's about it.
Jameer Riley on the carry.
Picks up about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Caldwell County.
Number 33, Jude Hunter. Lending hand as well, number 50, James.
Just underway here in the third quarter. Caldwell County, as we said, leads this one 20-0. Tigers with 2 receivers each way. Jaggers drops back, looks over the middle. He's got Parker wide open, caught at the 25, and it's going to be touchdown Oliver Parker. Great pass by Jaggers, hit Oliver in stride, and Oliver had a cushion of about 2 yards on his defender. So Caldwell County strikes quickly here in the second half.
55-yard pass play, Dennis, and that was what I was talking about, a crisp executed play resulting in a touchdown.
And surprisingly, no flags on the play. So Caldwell's lead now 26-0 pending the extra point. Only 26 seconds off the clock here in the third quarter. Nichols on the field for the point after. Snap is down, kick is up, plenty of distance on this one, and it is good. So with 11:24 left in the third quarter, Caldwell County now out in front 27-0. Back in 30 seconds, this is Tiger football on WPKY.
I have a lot on my plate. I can see that. McGriddles, hash browns, and a coffee? Well, I do have a big to-do list. Well, I have a big to-do list, too. Crispy hash browns, fluffy eggs. That's your to-do list? Part of it. I also have crispy bacon, flaky biscuits.
No matter what your day brings, there's a McDonald's for every morning. Try your favorites on the breakfast value menu, like the sausage biscuit, or any size freshly brewed McCafe coffee for $1 each. A la carte only at participating restaurants. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
We are back here at Purdue Field.
Boys Nichols kick.
Boys Nichols set to kick off. And Ty, I think that's about where we usually keep them at. I'll let you check. Nichols about to kick off from the 40. Quick strike. Joby Jaggers to Oliver Parker. Hit Oliver in stride for the touchdown. Kickoff. It's going to be a low line drive received at the 5-yard line. Straight up the middle. He's up across the 35, 40, and finally pulled down close to midfield. Saving tackle there by number 28 for Caldwell County, and that is Seth Slayton.
Seth Slayton making the stop for the Tigers.
Number 1 on the return. That was Barker for Trigg County. And just untouched for about 30 yards. He gets it all the way out to the 49-yard line of Trigg County. First and 10 Wildcats as they take over with their first drive of the second half, down 27-0.
And that was a saving tackle by Seth. He doesn't get him. Nobody else is going to get him.
No, he'd already gotten past the kickers. So good job by Slayton.
That's right. We can't even blame that one on Coach Barnes for not having Boyce make that tackle.
Handoff by Trigg County, stopped at midfield. Maybe the pickup down to the 49 of Caldwell County. They'll give them 2 on the carry.
Tiger territory. Number 6, Taylor Burton.
Ball into Caldwell County territory. Marked at the Tiger 49-yard line.
The Tiger 49-yard line.
Second down and 8 for Trigg County. Trigg comes out of the huddle. And Cam Jordan will have one back in the backfield with him. 2 tight ends as one receiver goes each way. Flag on the play. We knew those weren't going to cool off. Sideline warning against Trigg County. You think they'll have to replace the flags after this game?
They'll have to wash them, that's for sure. They've been on the ground quite a bit tonight and got dirty.
And Trigg County comes back to the line after they get the bench backed up to give the referee, the officials, room. Snap is back to Jordan. He's going to keep it. Comes to the right side. Nice tackle there. I think that was Van Hoosier or
that was Will Bashir.
Bashir on a nice tackle. That's going to be a loss for Trigg County back to their own 49-yard line.
Well,
actually, it's going to be back to the 48, Bob.
Minus 3 yards on the run.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Wildcats as we're down to 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Good job by Bashir to fight his blocker off and get to Jordan on the sideline. Bashir up on the line again. Jordan in the shotgun, 2 receivers each way. Jordan drops back, looks over the middle. It's complete, but a nice one-on-one tackle at the 50 by Hunter Van Hoosier.
Number 5, Jacoby Bridges.
Pass was complete to Jacoby Bridges, but a nice job by Van Hoosier. As Trigg County gets to the 49-yard line, that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll have to punt it away, trailing 27-0. And Gabe East going to drop back for Caldwell County on this punt.
Gabe East back deep to receive Jacoby Bridges' punt.
Jacoby Bridges also handles punting duties for Trigg County.
And this is one I've been waiting to see for a long time, to get Gabe back in punt formation. He's not only great hands, but he has the ability to run it.
High snap. Caldwell County brings some pressure. Jacoby's going to try to run it out, and he's tackled back at the 45-yard line. Cole Baker, Mac Englebright. Let's see who else gets up for Caldwell County out of the pile.
Is that Will Bashir?
Will Bashir slow to get up. Dylan Gray also there for the Tigers.
Will Bashir making the stop.
And they're going to mark them
just a little bit. They'll mark that
at the
48-yard line. Pretty favorable spot. But Caldwell County will take over on the turnover on downs inside Trigg territory, leading this one 27-0. Travis Newsom, lone receiver to the left, 3 Tigers to the right. Fake the handoff to Jameer, in and out of the hands of Trail Riley at the 40.
Number 1, Trail Riley, falls incomplete.
The incompletion stops the clock with 8:50 left in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Caldwell County. And Jaggers gets the play from the sideline. Still Jameer in the backfield with 3 receivers out to the right, including Tate Van Hoosier. Jaggers takes it, little lob pass over to Newsom. It's complete at the 27-yard line, and he'll get it down to the 21. Good patience by Joby Jaggers. He had a couple of Trigg County players right in his face as he released that ball. Nice little touch pass to Newsom, and it's a Little Caesars 1st down for Caldwell County as they take it to the Trigg 21-yard line.
27-yard pass completion that time. Joby's rolling up the passing yards in this game.
And Trail Riley's going to come out. Looks like the East is going to come in for Caldwell County. East bringing in a different play. Jaggers in the backfield. East is going to split out with Newsom to the left. Handoff is to Jameer Riley. He's got some room on the right side. Bounces it all the way outside. Now it's going to close down pretty quickly as he gets inside the 15, close to the 10.
Run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
I think he got inside the 10. Pretty good bit of running by Jameer Riley to find his way through that, as Trigg County did a decent job of stringing that one out. He'll be marked at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for the Tigers. Little Caesars 1st down. Jaggers is going to put both Rileys in motion to the left side. 4 receiver set over here. Jaggers looks, and it's going to be almost picked off. Hit a Trigg County player first. Deflection. Looked like Parker almost made the grab in the end zone. But it's an incomplete pass, and I think Joby initially would have liked to have that one back very quickly.
That was right in the hands of a Trigg defensive back, and maybe he goes all the way down that far sideline.
Like
and then
Joby
we
was
almost
expecting,
caught the rebound on, off the deflection.
I think Joby expected slant. Oliver's going to the corner. Now Jaggers has a little bit of pressure. He's going to throw it to this corner over here. Jump ball and incomplete in the end zone. Trail Riley, the intended receiver. Not enough height on that one. Trail tried to go up for it from a couple of feet behind his defender, not able to get a hand on it. So 3rd down and goal for Caldwell County from the 9 with 8:16 left in the third quarter. Tate Van Hoosier, Oliver Parker to the far side. Trail and Newsom to the near side. Jameer Riley in the backfield with Jaggers. Snap back to Jaggers. He drops back. Looks into the end zone, into double coverage. This one also knocked away. Intended for Parker on the play, but it's going to bring up 4th down, and probably we'll find Boyce Nichols coming out onto the field, and we do. Number 40 brings the tee out. As Caldwell County will try to move this one out to 30-0. Ball's going to be spotted at the 17-yard line. 27-yard attempt for Boyce Nichols. Parker on the hold as usual for Caldwell County. Snap is back. Kick is up. Looks good. No flags on the play, and it is good. So with 8:08 left in the third quarter, Caldwell County extends their lead. It's now the Tigers 30, the Wildcats nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
October's a time for planning those home projects you've been putting off all summer. Fredonia Valley Bank has the right kind of loan to suit your needs. Whether it's a new roof, gutters, painting, or remodeling, Fredonia Valley Bank can assist and step you through the loan process with ease. You can count on Fredonia Valley Bank's experienced loan officers when applying for a home, vehicle, commercial, or ag loan. Loan decisions remain local and are guaranteed to stay with Fredonia Valley Bank for the life of the loan. It's a good feeling to know that local decisions are still being made at Fredonia Valley Bank, your real community bank. 600 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Annabelle. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back to Purdue Field. Caldwell County has tacked on 10 points into the third quarter. Last three coming off the leg of Boyce Nichols as he puts this one into play. Low line drive. Flags down on the play at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be motion against Caldwell County. That'll back up the kickoff to the 35-yard line. Somebody left early for the Tigers on the kickoff. And Nichols will tee this one up at his own 35-yard line.
Knock him up 5 yards.
Russ Bashir comes in to change the kickoff play as he gives Nichols the new instructions from the sideline. 3 receivers back for Trigg County. This one's going to go and bounce at about the 25, fielded by one of the backs on the far side, picks his way, finds a hole, gets up near the 30, tries to go the other way, and finally is going to be brought down right at the 30. A lot of east and west running on that kickoff. Mac Englebright in on the tackle for Caldwell County, along with number 80 for Caldwell County, and that is Cameron Traylor. So Trigg County will have it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Trigg trails this one 30-0. Just under 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Caldwell County favored by 41, so the score not really surprising, but the route to the score, Bob, has been a little bit deceiving tonight.
It's been painful at times.
And Jordan in the backfield in the shotgun. Handoff is to Barker. Barker's going to go to the far sideline. He's up across the 30, 35, out to the 40, and driven out of bounds finally by Gabe East up about midfield. Big run by Barker.
There's a flag on the field.
Flag all the way back at the 30. It's going to be a hold against Trigg County as Barker was getting around that end. Somebody held a Tiger to open up that lane for Barker, and it's going to come all the way back. And a game we thought might be fairly quick tonight is at times agonizingly slow, as Trigg County is going to bring this one back. It's going to be spotted at the 19-yard line. 1st and 20 for Trigg County. 7:46 left in the quarter, and the Tigers have the big 30-0 lead. Trigg County comes in with a 3-receiver set to the right of Jordan, 1 receiver to the far side. Jordan's going to run a little option. He decides to keep it, turns it up the field, and not much there. May have been better off to toss that one out.
He had nobody going deep, and that.
And another flag comes in well after the play.
Was that at the where do they have the ball marked, Dennis? At the 29?
The 19-yard line.
19, yes. No gain on the play.
And we'll see what the call is on this. Probably some more mouthing going on the field, you would have to suspect. Dead ball foul on Trigg and on Caldwell County. So still some jawing going on the field. So the penalties will offset.
And I would assume it's second down.
Second down and 20. And they're an equal opportunity flag throwing crew, I guess, as the offsetting penalties will come up against both squads. I know we can't say what they were saying on the field up here, but you would like to at least have an idea of what's said down there to draw the flag tonight, because it can't be much. Jordan drops back, looks down the field. Now he's going to take off up the middle. Nice recovery by Caldwell County as he's going to be dragged down at the 20, and another flag comes in on the play as Hunter Van Hoosier and Cole Baker team up on the tackle. And it's against Caldwell County. I think they're calling a head-to-head hit. I didn't see a lot there, Ty. I think it's just getting to be a reflex action when a play goes. Somebody's going to reach in their pocket, but the flag on the personal foul moves Caldwell County out to their own 35-yard line with even 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Timeout, Trigg County. And we'll take one here, too, and just shake our heads a little bit more. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Caldwell leads this one 30-0. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Back to Purdue Field at Trigg County. Caldwell County leads this one 30-0 with 6:58 left in the third quarter. Trigg County has it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. New quarterback for Trigg County is number 22. And his first attempt woefully short. It'll be incomplete. Let's get number 22 is Riley Stallings, 6-foot senior. Oh, excuse me, a 6-foot junior.
And Dennis, I'm agreeing with you. These board and it should be 2nd and 10. After that penalty, that's an automatic first down.
And they've got 4th down.
They got 4th and 4 or something like that. And they're kicking it, so.
And they did kick it. Takes the Caldwell County roll, goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Bob, calling this game a little bit tonight's been like calling a tortoise race. Although one tortoise is considerably faster than the other, it's still a tortoise race tonight because this has been slow and tough to watch at times.
I'm going to put punt ?
And Caldwell County comes out with Jaggers still at quarterback. 2 receivers each way. Handoff goes to Jameer Riley. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, gets up to the 40. That's about it, as he'll make a little out of nothing.
Brought down by number 55, Garrett Brown.
Into the ball game on that play was also Cameron Traylor, one of the wideouts over here with Jameer Riley, or with Trail Riley rather. You've got Gabe East, Oliver Parker to the far side. Jameer Riley still in the backfield. Now he's going to send Jameer to the near side. Some pressure on Jaggers. He's going to go down all the way back inside the 25-yard line. And you can't blame that one on Joby because he had the pressure from the time he started to take that second drop back step. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line.
He had no blocking on that right side, and I think he was actually looking for Jameer. Jameer had turned upfield, and By that time, Joby was running for his life.
Empty backfield set brings up 3rd down and long for Caldwell County. It is a completion to Jameer Riley, but it's not going to pick up much. Maybe a couple on the far sideline.
Pass complete, number 2, Jameer Riley, hit immediately by number 55, Darren Brown.
So quickly the punt team out for Caldwell County.
They mark it at the
23. Mark at the 24-yard line. 4th down and long for the Tigers. Nichols will drop back to punt. Snap is back. They get some pressure again. This one is blocked. They've had some pressure earlier tonight. This one blocked by Trigg County. And it'll go out of bounds inside the Tiger 20. Bob, they've had pressure 2 times tonight. We talked about Boyce almost having a couple blocked. Somehow they're getting through that line too easy against the Tigers on these punts. That one blocked, and it'll be spotted at the 17-yard line of Caldwell County. So Trigg looking to get rid of the goose egg with 5:15 or 5:18 left in the 3rd quarter.
Do they have the old quarterback in there that you can see?
No, number 22, Riley Stalin, still at quarterback, replacing Cam Jordan. Trigg trying to hustle a player on late. And Stallings is going to keep a ball on the ground. Caldwell County picks it up, and they've got a slew of blockers. That's number 33 for Caldwell County, Tate Van Hoosier. Tate across the 30, pulls up, takes a hit, bobbles, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, counted down to the 20, and a flag on the play right at the very end. We would have it no other way. You got to throw a flag in with a great play like that. But Stallings hit in the backfield. I'm not sure who that was on the hit, but it was Tate Van Hoosier picking up the fumble.
There was about a 3-person hit, and the ball bounced really into Tate's hands, and Tate returns it to the Trigg, 20?
They've got it marked right on the 20-yard line right now, but we'll see what the flag is. Conversation going on right there. It was after the run, and it is against Trigg County. That's a block in the back. I don't know how it's going to be a block in the back after the play, but that's the call. So ball spotted on the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for Caldwell County. Little Caesars 1st down. Jaggers gets some pressure, tosses it up. It's going to be an incomplete pass. He tried a little shovel pass to Jameer Riley. Hit the ground first. Good job by Joby to at least get rid of the ball because he did have some pressure from the back. Clock stopped on the incompletion at 4:58 left in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and goal for Caldwell County. Gabe East, Oliver Parker split to the right. Trailer to the left. Number 1, number 2 in the backfield with Jaggers. Handoff goes to Trail Riley. He's looking to get outside on the right. Turns upfield. Flag comes down. He's tripped up. I think he tripped over the leg of Gabe East on the play as he tried to get around East. East blocking on that side. Probably going to be in the area of holding for Caldwell County. If this crew didn't know each other well before the game, they obviously do by this point. It is going to be a hold against Caldwell County in that interior line.
Holding is a call against Caldwell.
Clock stops on the penalty at 4:50. And face mask also Caldwell on the play. So I think they'll take the face mask call. That'll back Caldwell County up. Looks like they spotted it at the 19-yard line. How many? 14 penalties so far tonight against the Tigers, with some help from our buddies here at the Katie's booth. And did I hear him right? Almost 300 yards in penalties?
I'm sure that's true.
Wow. 2nd and goal from way out. Jaggers drops back now. He's got some pressure. He's having a scramble trying to direct traffic, throws it down the sideline, and it was towards Trail Riley. Flag on the ground at the 15-yard line. And I think they may call, they had a lot of flags in the backfield. There's a flag up near it where it would be holding.
There were two flags.
And there's two flags back here by Jaggers.
Yeah, roughing the passer, I'm sure that one is.
And another conversation from the officials in a never-ending third quarter. 4:21 left on the clock. Caldwell County leads this one 30-0.
Ty we might have to go to the station to do the quarterback show if we get home about 6 o'clock in the morning.
It may be late enough. You can just ask Coach Barnes to come over before we head home. And
I think we ought to have a pajama party.
Let's see what the flags are called here. Referee comes to make his call. Roughing the passer, Trigg County. Illegal receiver downfield, Caldwell County. Offsetting penalties.
So it's still going to be spotted at the 19 and second and goal, I presume.
Second and goal from the 19.
Those penalties all set. We'll get second down and goal for the Tigers from the Wildcat 16-yard line.
They say the 16?
Yeah, they do. You're right, the 16-yard line. I don't know how they did that.
Because they marked it off to the 19 a while ago.
The last play I thought was from the 19. The little toss across on the motion to Jameer Riley, gets it inside the 5-yard line.
Is that Jameer?
Jameer Riley with the carry. And let's see, they'll mark that right at the 5-yard line. We are certain on this one. Now where it ends up in a couple of plays, no flag on the play according to Ty. Good. Yeah, we've got to set one guy just to watch officials to throw flags on some of these plays besides what the call is. Jaggers in the backfield with Jameer Riley. Trailer to the left, handoff is to Riley. He's going to try to find his way and does to the end zone. Nice dance move by Jameer Riley. No flags on that one either. And it's touchdown Tigers, 36-0 now. That score comes with 3:43 left in the third quarter. Nichols will come out for the extra point, and mercifully, at least either way, good or no good, it will be a running clock at this point. Nichols comes out. It'll be Parker with the hold. Snap is backing down. Kick is up. It is good. So with 3:43 left in the third quarter, Caldwell County leads this one 37-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 103.3 The Tiger. And we'll call an audible on that one, bring it back here to the field as Caldwell County leads now 37-0. It'll be a running clock at this point unless Trigg County can come up and cut the lead to under 36 points. Nice run by Jameer Riley, gets it into the end zone. Nice little dance move at the line of scrimmage, found the hole and waltzed in from there as Caldwell County pushes that lead out to 37-0. Nichols has it teed up at the 40. Trigg County drops 3 players back as they have most of the night. Nichols approaches, kick is up, and it's going to bounce at the 15 and be fielded on the far sideline by number 5. Cuts it up the field and tackled just across the 20. Number 5 is Jacoby Bridges. And Trigg County will take over, looks like the 22-yard line, let's call it, Bob, the 22 to start this play. 1st and 10 for Trigg County. And let's see who Trigg County brings out at quarterback. They brought Riley Stallings out for a couple of drives tonight, not had a lot of luck with him, so we'll see if they go back.
Is it the 22 or 23, Dennis?
It looks like the 22-yard line. And Stallings is going to stay in at quarterback for Trigg County. 2 receivers each way. Handoff goes to number 1, and he's going to be sewn up for a second. Breaks a couple of tackles, though, and makes something out of nothing as he bounces it out to the 30-yard line. Number 1, Tayshawn Barker.
He was going down for a 4 or 5 yard loss and snuck free.
Yeah, he's pretty elusive on that play as he gets the ball out to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Riley Stallings in at quarterback. Handoff again to number 1. This time they do sew him down behind the line of scrimmage. Caleb Burden in a little skirmish on the sideline with one of the Trigg players. That's broken up quickly by Gabe East. Ball spotted back at the 30-yard line.
No gain.
1:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Tigers have this one comfortably in control, 37-0. Trigg comes up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers each way. Barker in the backfield with Stallings. Handoff is to Barker, and he's going nowhere. He'll be thrown for a loss of at least 1, maybe 2.
Mitchell Harrelson in on that tackle.
Good job by Harrelson with the penetration. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line, so a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Wildcats. Jacoby Bridges in to punt for Trigg County. Clock running at 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Gabe East drops back just inside his own territory at the 45. Bounce back. Good recovery by the punter. East receives it at the 45 and brought down at the 47-yard line. East did a good job holding on to that ball as soon as he caught it. A couple of Wildcats laid some pretty good licks on him. But East able to hold on. Ball spotted at the Caldwell 47-yard line.
Caldwell takes over 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
And I'm not sure Caldwell will have to run a play to finish this 3rd quarter. And I think they'll stay on the sideline, get instructions from Coach Barnes. So after 3 quarters of play, it's Caldwell County 37 and Trigg County nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
To get addicted for line services. Line Electric is locally owned with over 47,000 members, providing electric power to a 9-county area, helping our communities grow and prosper. We are turned on for the future for home, farm, business, and industry, all working together. That's the go-out way. People working together for the common good. Line Electric, your touchstone Nancy Corbett.
Planters Bank, located at 208 North Jefferson Street, is locally owned and operated with a strong, sincere focus on customer service. Planters Bank has a diverse team of seasoned professionals in Western Kentucky and Clarksville, Tennessee. Since first opening their doors, Planters Bank has made a name for itself as an energetic player in the financial services market. Stop by and talk to the friendly folks at Planters and find out about the You Choose Rewards program. Planters Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And Caldwell County back on the field as we start the 4th quarter, leading 37-0. Russ Bashir in at quarterback, tries to go to trailer over his head. It'll be incomplete and 2nd down for the Tigers from their own 47-yard line. So, Bob, this is one of those points where we bring out the roster and start calling some new kids' names that are on the field here. This one well in hand. Clayton Wolford on the field, one of the receivers to the near sideline.
And Seth Slayton is one of the backfield people.
Handoff goes to Slayton. He's going to try to make something out of nothing as they had to go 5 yards back, turns the corner, and gets down the field. Another flag on the play. So it wasn't just the starters getting called. The reserves going to get a little dose of the flag medicine. And flags down all over the field on that far sideline. Calls going against the Tigers, probably the area of a hold, you would suspect. Although tonight you can't guarantee anything. We've seen some doozies, but that one is going to be a hold against Caldwell County. Running clock at 10:44 left in this ball game. Ball spotted back at the 38-yard line. Russ Bashir, as we said, in at quarterback.
Second down and 20 for the Tigers.
Slayton, one of the running backs in the backfield. We'll pick up numbers as we're able. This one's going to come near side. Number 25 for Caldwell County lowers his head at the 35. Gets pushed out of bounds near the 40.
45, Travion Samuel.
Travion Samuel on the carry for Caldwell County.
In there by number 39, Evan Carlson.
So you've got Samuel and Slayton.
And on that stop, number 43.
A couple of freshmen in the backfield along with Russ Bashir. So an all-freshman backfield right now for Caldwell County.
3rd and 17 for the Tigers.
Wolford and who did we say on number 80 is over here with him? That is Trailer. Handoff goes to Slayton. He's going to be met by a group of Wildcats at the 40.
Seth Slayton on the carry.
Tough run, though, by Slayton as he didn't give up, kept the feet churning. It took 2 or 3 Trigg County players to pull him down.
Also number 6 is Peyton.
But that will bring up 4th down for the Tigers.
He's on 4th down.
And Nichols will come out to take care of the punt for Caldwell County. Tigers can look ahead now till next week. We're at home and home to stay, hopefully, as we take on the Fort Campbell Falcons. Kick is up. Quicker kick by Nichols as Trigg County still got some pressure back there. Fair catch by Trigg County at the 29-yard line. Nichols adjusted the steps on the kick on that one. He's had a lot of pressure in that backfield tonight. Whatever Trigg's doing, they're getting some players back there very quickly on these punts.
It was a beautiful punt under some pretty adverse circumstances to the Trigg 29.
Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. And Trigg County will take over from there, 1st and 10. Caldwell throwing the shutout to this point. A lot of reserves in the ball game. Let's see, you see number 14 in for Caldwell County, Isaiah Treadwell. You still got Hunter Van Hoosier, Dylan Gray. Who's that? 70 is Adam Goodacre. Trigg County comes.
Got 41 in there. That's Dominic Lane.
3 receivers set to the left for Trigg County. And let's see, the quarterback is thrown down at the 30. Number 5 in at quarterback for Trigg County, Jacoby Bridges, their 3rd quarterback of the night.
And Russ Bashir took him down.
Russ Bashir on a nice tackle at the 31-yard line.
For the Tigers. Second down.
Running clock in this one. We're at 7:40 left in the ball game. Caldwell leads this one 37-0, up 20-0 at halftime. Mac Englebright in at linebacker for Caldwell County. Bridges drops back, looks over the middle. This one's going to be incomplete and almost picked off on the far side by number 30, Max Ashley. Almost came up with the interception. Also in the play, Jamarius Blaine in coverage. So it's going to bring up 3rd down for Trigg County. As we said, we are in running clock mode with Caldwell ahead by 37. 36 is the target on that through KHSAA rules. Handoff up the middle. And nice run by Trigg County. Russ Bashir again on the tackle. Comes out to the 35-yard line.
Russ Bashir on the stop.
And it'll be 4th down now for the Wildcats.
4th and 4, and Trigg's obviously going to go for it.
4th down and 4.
They keep the offense on the field. Bridges in the backfield with number 43, and 43 is Tyson Bush. Bridges is going to keep it, goes around the far side, looks to turn it up the field, still short at this point. Now he gets across, he's got an opening, and pushed out of bounds right at midfield. It actually gets into Caldwell County territory to the 49-yard line. So it is 1st down, Trigg County on the keeper by Jacoby Bridges.
Jacoby carried it into Tiger territory.
Trigg County on their third quarterback of the evening.
49-yard line.
3 receiver set to the near side. Bridges takes it. He's going to come near side. Keeps it himself up across the 50. Turns it up at the 45. Across the 40 before he's brought down.
Bridges on the carry once again.
On the tackle was number 45, Cameron Baker.
45, Cameron Baker.
To the 37-yard line.
Let's call it the 38-yard line is where they'll spot this one. First down, Trigg County. 5:20 left in the ball game. Number 52 in for the Tigers. We don't have a 52 on the roster though. And that one's going to be incomplete by a mile. Bridges tried to sidearm that one, almost a little Kent to Colby arm action on that one.
It may have had 2 or 3 breaks in it, dipping up and down.
It did. Yeah, I just kind of showed my age on that one. Let's think of a newer sidearm pitcher I could have said there and not showed how old I was.
Us old timers knew who you were talking about.
Bridges takes it, handoff up the middle. It is Bush on the carry. Bush, a big kid, noses his way down close to the 30-yard line. They'll stop him at the 31. Mac Englebright in on the tackle for Caldwell County.
3rd down and 3.
The best drive for Trigg County in some time, albeit against mostly reserves now for Caldwell County at this point. 67 Austin Hardrick in for the Tigers. Bridges takes it. Handoff is to Barker. Barker finds his way up near the 25-yard line before he's brought down.
Carries it down near the 25-yard line. Stop made by number 10, Russ Bashir.
Russ Bashir with another tackle for the Tigers. In the ball game is number 18, Brian Owen.
First down.
The play resulted, though, in a first down for Trigg County as they are on the drive. 3:48 left in the ball game. Bridges with the handoff to Barker. Barker spins, brought down for a loss back at the 29-yard line. Flags in the backfield well after the play.
There is a flag on the play.
And Bob, I think we actually played, what, 6 or 7 plays without a flag. One of our longest runs of the night.
That was a 5-yard loss on that particular play.
Going to be a personal foul against Caldwell County, personal foul against Trigg County.
Dead ball, personal foul against each team.
And we've seen that movie before several times tonight. Offsetting penalties will leave the ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Another flag comes in. And we can't even get to the line of scrimmage now without flags flying. And it is going to be personal foul against Caldwell County. Somebody's going to come off the field, and looks like 48 Englebright off the field. And this is going to move the ball down to the Caldwell County 14-yard line. I'm not understanding why the clock is stopped. Now they wind it up. And it's going to be offsides. Let's see if Trigg moved first. I think the referee over here pointing towards Caldwell County.
There is a flag on the play.
And it is against the Tigers as they were showing blitz the whole way. And Trigg now inside the Caldwell County 10. Ball spotted at the 9. First and goal for the Wildcats. Bridges takes it, looks up the field. He's going to be close to the goal line and in. Trigg County breaks the drought, 37-6. A 9-yard keeper by Jacoby Bridges puts Trigg County on the scoreboard. 2:22 left in the ball game. A series of personal fouls and flags enabling Trigg County to move up the field a little bit quicker. Jacoby Bridges puts it into the end zone. Now he'll try the extra point. No, he's going to fake it. Try for the 2 points. He goes to the outside. He's not going to make it. That'll leave it 37-6 with 2:22 left in the ball game. we'll just keep it right here, Darren, as we will be close to the post-game show coming up.
2:22 remaining in the game. Our new score, Caldwell County 37.
37-6 now. Caldwell County leads this one as they'll get the ball and try to run this clock out. And let's see, on the Tiger post game tonight, our friends at Williams Fawn and Associates will bring you the Tiger post game, so we appreciate those guys. Bob will have all the stats from the ball game and a look ahead to next week as we get back to Tiger Stadium to stay, as the Tigers will take on the Fort Campbell Falcons. Bob will be on the air at 6 o'clock next Friday night with Coach David Barnes. 6:30 we'll have the pregame show. And then at 7 o'clock, it will be kickoff for Caldwell County and Fort Campbell next week from Tiger Stadium. And Bob, it's a good thing we don't track flags or penalties, because that would take up most of your post-game stats. I'm curious to see tomorrow when the final totals come out, how many yards in penalties each team had.
That's been an extra work for Todd Griffin and his crew.
So Bridges comes up for the kick. They kick it away. Received at the 35 or 25-yard line by number 7 for Caldwell County. And Jamarius Blaine on the return for Caldwell County. 2:04. They still have the clock running, which is fine with us, but
yeah, once it starts, it does not stop.
Okay. My mistake on that. So Caldwell County has this one in hand. The Tigers come out on the field. It'll be Russ Bashir still at quarterback for Caldwell. Number 11, Trace Holden, one of the spread outs. Handoff looked like it was Slayton. We'll see if that's who that was. A sea of black around Slayton. And I'm not sure if he picked up anything. I think it's actually going to be a loss on the play of about 3, Bob, marked back at the 35-yard line. Just over a minute left in this ball game. Caldwell County will go into victory formation with Bashir up under center. And they will run this one out. The final here is going to be 37-6. And Caldwell takes a knee. Surely to goodness they can run a couple of plays without flags on a victory formation. But tonight you wouldn't want to put a lot of money on it. So Caldwell County will take another knee and end this one. Caldwell County is going to win their 7th in a row, though. Not pretty, but it goes in the win column. And Caldwell County will essentially wrap up the district championship with that knee as time's going to tick out. So the final here from Purdue Field is going to be Caldwell County 37, Trigg County 6. We'll be back with all the game stats and a look ahead to next week, so stay tuned. That all coming up on our post-game report. And our post-game report tonight brought to you by Williams Fawn and Associates, CPA and Business Advisors. We'll be back for the post-game show in 3 minutes, so stay tuned. 3-minute break, Darren. We'll be back. This is Tiger Football on WPKY.
Fortner Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Fortner Gas is offering specials on propane. Fortner Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Fortner Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders from KFC here with some real news. My delicious World Famous Original Recipe Fried Chicken is available at a KFC near you. Has been and will be until the end of time. No matter what's happening in the world, you can trust that my original recipe chicken is always made with 11 herbs and spices. Many unnamed sources agree. It's delicious. Get it in a KFC $10 chicken share and enjoy it with a friend. KFC, it's still finger-licking good. Limited time offer for participating KFCs. Prices may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
Princeton Drug Company, 103 West Main in Princeton, proudly features low-cost prescriptions and friendly service. Princeton Drug offers in-town delivery, in-store pickup, or a convenient drive-thru window. Princeton Drug has a wide selection of Christian greeting cards for every occasion. Princeton Drug is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturday from 8:30 to 2:30. No deliveries on Saturday. Princeton Drug, 103 West Main Street, Princeton. Phone 365-5585.
Hello, this is Gloria Smith with the Law Office of Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
This is Holly Van Hooser with the Woodall Agency in Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website, woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
And we are back to Trigg County High School, Purdue Field. Caldwell County runs their winning streak to 7 games. They are now 7-1 on the season. Trigg County falls to 500 at 4-4. Caldwell wins this one 37-6. Not a pretty game by any means, as both teams heavily penalized in this contest. Unofficial results on penalties had Caldwell County with 17 and Trigg County with 14 on the night, so 31 flags tonight here in Cadiz. A game that saw Caldwell County take a 20-0 halftime lead, tack on some points in the third quarter to get it to a running clock. Trigg County scores late, mainly against the reserves, pretty much like Union County did last week. And the final here in Cadiz is 37-6. Bob Hayes is totaling all the numbers up tonight. Good showing by the Caldwell County defense tonight as they held the shutout most of the way, with Trigg County scoring very late in the contest. The offense, Jaggers had a pretty decent night. I'm sure his totals, again, well over 50%. He came into the game throwing at a 69% rate. May go down just a little bit, but not too bad, as Jaggers made some good throws tonight. First one was probably his best, right on the money to Travis Newsom to put Caldwell County on the board early. And then after that, it was all Caldwell County pretty much. Trigg could not really sustain a drive, but Caldwell County at times their own worst enemy tonight. A lot of personal fouls. I don't know out of the 31 called tonight how many were personal foul types, but you almost figure at least a fourth and maybe up to a third of them of the personal foul variety. You're listening to the Tiger Postgame Show, brought to you by Williams Fawn and Associates CPA and Business Advisors. They have offices at 205 West Washington Street in Princeton, and you can call them at 365-3543. Williams Fawn and Associates have been serving the community and surrounding area for 35 years. They offer personal and business taxes, financial and retirement planning, and payroll and bookkeeping services. Rick Williams and Michael Fawn have experience and expertise that you can trust, and we appreciate those guys bringing you tonight's post-game show from Purdue Field here in Cadiz. Again, the final here tonight was Caldwell County 37 and Trigg County 6, so Caldwell at least will hold that number 6 ranking in Bluegrass Preps, where they've been kind of blocked most of the season behind several Central and East Kentucky teams. But the highest rated West Kentucky team so far, unless you include Elizabethtown in that mix. So Caldwell on a track to maybe meet Elizabethtown again in the playoffs as they have the last few years. But at least all the playoff games will be in Caldwell County this year, as this essentially wrapped up the district championship for Caldwell County, as they'll take on Fort Campbell next week to finish up district play. But I don't see any mathematical way that Caldwell could not win the district title and host all the playoff games as long as they're in, right up to the state semifinals. If we have to make another road trip, we'll be going to Lexington in early December, so that would be a trip we're willing to make. But other than that, it's all Caldwell County at Tiger Stadium coming up the next few weeks. As we said, it's Fort Campbell next week at home. We'll go on the air with Bob and Coach Barnes at 6 o'clock. Then the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show comes your way at 6:30, followed by kickoff at 7 o'clock. Caldwell County and Fort Campbell will have a bye week after that, and then finish the regular season, I think, is on the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the date against the Mayfield Cardinals. Mayfield ranked, I think, number 4 in single A right now. And Bob's still doing a little bit of figuring tonight. I want to remind everybody to listen to the Saturday morning quarterback. Bob will be able to break this down with some of the coaches tomorrow morning, as Coach Barnes has a meeting somewhere, so others of the coaching staff will be there with Bob tomorrow morning. He'll break this game down, talk about some of the calls, some of the personal foul calls I'm sure will come up in conversation in the morning. So tune into that tomorrow morning with Bob Hayes at 9 o'clock on WPKY, and check out what the coaches have to say about tonight's game.
And we're ready to go here on the stats, Dennis, and to recap the scoring in the third quarter. Oliver Parker hauls in a 55-yard pass from Joby Jaggers on the second play after Caldwell County takes the opening kickoff in the third quarter. The score coming at the 11-minute, 24-second mark of the third quarter. Boyce Nichols with the PAT. Caldwell County led at that time 27-0. Yeah, also in the third quarter, Boyce Nichols on a 27-yard field goal coming at the 8-minute, 8-second mark. Caldwell County goes up 30-0 at that time. Again in the third quarter, Jameer Riley on a 5-yard run. Boyce Nichols with the PAT coming at the 3-minute, 43-second mark of the third quarter. Caldwell County taking a 37-0 lead at that time. And in the fourth quarter, with the running clock, Trigg County's only mounted sustained drive of the night, a 9-yard run by Jacoby Bridges. The PAT was no good. That coming at the 2-minute, 22-second mark of the fourth quarter. Caldwell County leading at that time 37-6, and that would be our final score. For Caldwell County tonight, in the rushing department, Jameer Riley with 14 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. Joby Jaggers 3 carries, a negative 22 yards. A couple sacks he had to endure tonight. Dylan Gray 2 carries for 3 yards. Travion Samuel 1 carry for 3 yards. Seth Slayton 2 carries for a negative 3 yards. Caldwell County with 22 rushing attempts tonight, picking up 67 yards on the ground. In the air, Joby was 18 for 28 tonight. Travis Newsom catching 5 of those balls for 146 yards and a touchdown. Oliver Parker catching 4 of those for 83 yards and a touchdown. Trail Riley 3 catches for 42 yards. Jameer Riley 6 catches for 68 yards. Total yardage through the air tonight for Joby, 339 yards on 18 out of 28 passing and attempts. So you had the 339 and the 67. Caldwell County with a total net offense of 406 yards tonight. On the other hand, for Trigg County not getting much done in the second quarter, in the second half, except on that last drive where most of their yardage came tonight. In the second half, they only throw for 2 yards passing, picking up 57 yards on the ground, most of that coming on the last drive of the game. In the second half, with 2 yards rushing, 57 yards passing, with what was picked up by Trigg in the first half. They finished the night with 72 yards passing, 60 yards rushing on 33 attempts. And in the passing department, Jordan was 9 of 14 with 1 interception. Stallings was 0 for 1, and Bridges was 0 for 2 in his when they substituted quarterbacks. So tonight the total offense for Trigg County was 132 yards, and that's not going to get many wins for you with that kind of performance.
You're exactly right, Bob. it's a good showing by that Caldwell County defense tonight as you continue with the stats, but a good job by those guys.
And again, with the Caldwell County coming out sharp in the third quarter, Caldwell County with 17 points in the third quarter. Really, this game was out of hand at halftime. We just didn't have the points on the board to have a running clock. Should have possibly had a couple more touchdowns right before the end of the half, and then earlier in the first quarter with a drop pass that probably could have been converted into maybe points. But all in all, it's the 7th win in a row for these young men. The record now 7-1, and mathematically impossible to keep them out of the driver's seat for the first district crown. Dennis.
And with that carries the home field advantage through up to 4 games of the playoffs before you have to go to the state semifinals. So that's looking way ahead, but at least we are in Tiger Stadium after tonight. Bob, the announcer here at Trigg County gave us some stats. It was a heavily penalized game, 31 flags thrown tonight, 17 against Caldwell County, 14 against Trigg County, and very many of those, surprisingly, were the personal foul types, and a lot of those were just verbal, just a lot of jawing going on between these players after the play was dead. So that's kind of surprising a little bit that it was that many calls tonight.
Well, and that's kind of frustrating as a coaching staff. You want your men to go out and do their job, keep their mouth shut, and go about their business, but yet they are young. They get goaded into maybe what they say and do, and and the officials are looking for that kind of stuff in a game like tonight, and they're not going to disappoint us by keeping that flag in the pocket. Even had throwing out a member of a chain gang crew, which is really rare. I've only seen that one other time in my life, and that's in as many games as I worked on the sidelines for our chain gang, we never had anybody close to being thrown out. So it just an all-around temper-filled night, I would say, and you just couldn't walk away without saying something, I presume.
And one other thing, Caldwell County comes away with a big win. Of course, they'll essentially wrap up the district championship in the home field, but one of the big blows for tonight for Caldwell County, we don't know the extent right now, an injury in the first half to Dylan Cavanaugh. We saw him helped off the field at halftime, limping around under his own weight, but still limping around, but not in shoulder pads.
And he's a really key person in our secondary. He's our free safety, and really has played quite a bit back there this year, and is quick, fast, catches the ball well, and so it's just if he's not able to play next week, it'll be next man up, and maybe with the week off, whatever he sustained tonight, maybe in 3 weeks he can be fully recovered and be ready for Mayfield.
So a big win tonight for Caldwell County as they wrap this one up early, leading 20-0 at halftime. Final score here from Purdue Field is going to be 37-6. Again, next week it's back home, and back home for good as we take on the Fort Campbell Falcons. Bob will be on with Coach Barnes and the Coach Barnes show at 6 o'clock. Our pregame show brought to you by McGregor Group Heating and Air at 6:30, and then the kickoff next week at 7 o'clock as the Tigers take on the Falcons at Tiger Stadium. You've been listening to the Tiger Postgame Report. This has been brought to you by Williams Fawn and Associates, CPA and Business Advisors. They have offices at 205 West Washington Street in Princeton, and you can call them at 270-365-3543. Williams and Fawn have been serving the community and surrounding area for 35 years. They offer services in personal and business taxes, financial and retirement planning, and payroll and bookkeeping services. Rick Williams and Michael Fawn have experience and expertise you can trust, and they have been the sponsor of our post-game show tonight here from Trigg County. So that's going to do it for us. For Darren Lewis back at the station, for Ty Engelbright and Bob Hayes, I'm Dennis Stevens. Again, the final here from Purdue Field, Caldwell County 36 and Trigg County 37 and Trigg County 6. We'll be back on the air tomorrow morning, Saturday morning quarterback at 9 o'clock. So until then, good night, everybody.